sexist comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student-athletes, coaches, or team representatives.
We've arrived to the end of the regular season, game number 44 of the 100th season of Cape League Baseball, and it's Bourne and Hyannis to finish off the regular season here at Dorn Park. Alongside Cam Manna, I'm Matt Scalzo. Happy to be with you here. A little playoff preview. Both these teams will be heading to the postseason and be looking to pick up another championship crown. Bourne looking to defend their title. Hyannis looking to get back atop the mountain of Cape League Baseball. And Cam, it's been an interesting series between these two teams. Bourne got off to that hot start, but Hyannis has won the last two.
Yeah, those two at McKeon Park were close games. There was weather involved. We saw the fog. We saw the rain over there. But those were back-and-forth games, and it's kind of shown what's been the history between these two teams, even dating back to last season when they faced off in the West Division semifinals. These two teams play close. They know each other very well, and they play very good baseball. We saw the games early on in the season. Bourne had that biggest win, 11-4 here from Dorn Park. But outside of that, it's been back-and-forth battles. And as Matt mentioned, Hyannis has had those last two games, so Bourne looking for the momentum against the Harbor Hawks before they may see them later in the playoffs.
And you talk about momentum. Bourne's starting to find it a little bit. They're on a win streak here. It's the first time in 14 days that they've won back-to-back games. It's been a lot of 500 baseball like Cam and I have talked about. Now you've won 2 in a row, and you're looking to make it 3 in a row and carry that little energy boost going forward into your first-round matchup against Katuitt.
Yeah, we brought up that right now is kind of, it's not the playoffs, it's the last game of the season, but this means a lot for the playoffs. Getting hot right now is so crucial for the Braves that they can ride that 3-game win streak. They take down Katuitt and Hyannis, two of the top teams in the West Division entering the playoffs. That's the most momentum you need right now before you're going to play a few 3-game series starting with Katuitt on Friday. So Bourne right now, they understand it's the 44th game. They have the off day tomorrow. The real season starts on Friday. But for them, they're a team that is that 4 seed. They want to get hot right now, and they have a lot to prove when it comes playoff time.
Not a lot on the surface of this game, but a lot beneath it in terms of, as Cam and I have talked about, momentum. First pitch is on its way, but before that, we'll head to Before the Bravos with Navarrete and Mojo Hill.
Welcome in to the final regular season edition of Before the Bravos. I'm Navarrete alongside Mojo Hill as always. And Mojo, like I just said, it's our final regular season meeting here. We've got Hyannis at Dorn Park, and it's a beautiful night for baseball. Kind of reminiscent of early June when Bourne kind of had Hyannis' number, but as of late it's kind of flipped, and 2 tough meetings for the Bravos against the Harbor Hawks the last few times out.
Yeah, it's crazy that this is the last one. It's flown by so quickly. I feel like we just started, and it's weird because we don't know how many more games we have. There could just be one more time at Dorn Park on Saturday, or there could be several if this team goes on a run. So this game is kind of meaningless in the short term of, they've clinched the winning record. How they do today doesn't matter that much in the standings with Hyannis already clinching the 2 seed, but it would be nice to head into the postseason with a win, and it would make I think the off day tomorrow a little more enjoyable.
Yeah, totally. Again, no, real implications in terms of seeding, in terms of playoffs. The Bravos have known for a couple days now that they will be taking on the Kettleers. Speaking of the Kettleers, too, a huge win at Katuitt last night. I think that really boosted these guys' mood, and I can tell you from where I was, the dugout vibes were incredible. Everyone was having a lot of fun last night, and Bravos play really well at Lowell Park. Definitely a different type of playing well, though. We've seen 2 dominant performances there. Things were kind of different. The Braves really pulled out a good, gritty win, a 4-1 final score.
Yeah, definitely. That's the kind of game you want to win, like playoff atmosphere, like Matt was talking about, and it's just things are clicking right for them right now. And it was tough because they went down 1-0, and then you thought, oh, it's going to be another one of these like close losses, but they just got it done. Hugh Pinckney with a big hit and a little luck in their favor with the throw that hit Harrelson while he was running the first. But yeah, that was a really important one to win and to clinch that winning record and make today a little less stressful, I think.
Totally. I know these guys definitely still looking, though, to come out on top. And one guy who's been kind of the star of the show lately, and we can't do it for the Bravos without talking about him, is Bryce Evelyn. He has just been on an absolute tear, and he's going to be batting third for the Braves. Or fourth, cleanup.
He's Landers likes to put him in the cleanup spot. He's not your conventional cleanup hitter. Not a lot of power, but he has been just getting a ton of singles, getting on base a lot. He's definitely been a catalyst for this Bourne Braves team, and he has a 14-game hitting streak going right now. 10 of those 14 have been multiple hits. I think 5 or 6 of them have been at least 3 hits. There was a 4-hit game in there. He's just been a singles machine recently.
That he has. I know he did hit a homer in BP yesterday, and he was pretty excited about that. So definitely still searching for a little bit more power, but again, kind of the style that Landers likes to play is more small ball, more consistency, and Bryce Evelyn certainly is a huge part of that, and so he'll be in the cleanup spot. Other things of note, Kendall Diggs in the DH slot today, and he'll be batting second behind Jonathan Bastine.
Yeah, I like that for Diggs. He has a 435 OEP. He's still, again, another guy searching for that power, which he definitely has. With Evelyn, he's not really – that's just not his game. He's not a power hitter. I think there's a little more power in the tank with Diggs, but I like him in the 2-hole. I think his bat has kind of slowly come around as the summer's gone on, and they've kind of been searching for that ideal 2-hole hitter, especially with Bodine gone now and JKG kind of struggling, but still in there in the 5-hole and playing shortstop. And obviously Vastine's been so good. He's slumped a little lately, but still been one of the best players for Bourne. And you have Bender third, going with Evelyn cleanup. That's kind of, those have been locked in place. And then you have Vastine usually in the 1 or 2 spot, but still kind of searching for that consistent force to round out the top 4.
Yeah. Meanwhile, again, just looking for a win here today. I think more than anything, getting a win over the Harbor Hawks, who have beaten you the last 2 times out, would just be, the exact recipe for momentum for the Braves right now. 2 wins in a row, took down Wareham at Polar Park the other night, took down Katuitt last night. It's the first time we've seen the Bravos on a win streak since, I think, 2 weeks ago?
July 7 and 8, or 8 and 9, I believe.
It's almost longer than 2 weeks ago at this point. 3 weeks ago, almost a month. So I think going into playoffs with 3 consecutive wins would be exactly what you need before you take on the top team in the league in Katuitt come this weekend. So we will take a quick step aside for the national anthem. Matt and Cam when we come back.
Jacob Ashworth, accompanied by Raymond Little Leaguers, Charlie Gould. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jonathan Wells. John is a residential mortgage loan officer at Cape Cod 5. A lifelong South Shore resident and three-sport high school athlete, John has enjoyed playing baseball at all levels from the youngest youth league to college. He has enjoyed many summer at Bayview Beach while visiting his parents' home in Dennis. John has 2 daughters, a granddaughter, a grandson, and currently lives with his wife in Carter. Good luck, John, and let's see that pitch. Thank you, John and Cape Cod 5 for your support of the Cape Cod League.
Thank you, Allie and Mojo. Cam and I back here ready for first pitch between Bourne and Hyannis. And Cam, we've touched on it. The playoffs are set as we take a look at these West Division standings. Katuitt, they've clinched that top spot and will face off against Bourne. Meanwhile, Hyannis and Falmouth will be in that 2-3 spot for the other semifinal matchup in the West Division.
Yeah, we know how it's matching up here. Katuitt and Bourne, Hyannis and Falmouth, 3-game set starting on Friday. And Matt and I have brought it up. The West is up for grabs. Katuitt, they're that number 1 team, 28 wins, but everything changes come playoff time, especially the way that Bourne's played against the Kettleers on the road. Hyannis and Falmouth have had their back-and-forth ball games this summer, so it's all up for grabs right now. But the one thing that Matt and I said, which team's going to have momentum entering the playoffs? Bourne looking to win 3 in a row entering the playoffs. They could be the hottest team in the last 3 games, but we know the hottest team right now has been Falmouth. What they did starting, I think it was 3-10, and coming to that 3rd spot, that's big for them.
So Bourne looking to carry its momentum heading into the postseason. They'll have a returner from last season making his first appearance this season. It's Rob Adams out of Southeastern. Held a 3.36 ERA this past season with a 7-2 record, 104 strikeouts to just 17 walks. And last season with Bourne, he went 1-0 with a 2.40 ERA, or 1.80, excuse me. Had a very strong end to his season, a nice addition for Bourne to get back here as they take on Hyannis tonight. Right-hander out of Southeastern. This is the order for Hyannis. They'll face as Zach Earhart digs in. We'll run through the rest of it as this inning moves along, but it's the right fielder in Zach Earhart leading off against lefty in Rob Adams. The 6th and final regular season meeting between these two. Game number 44 is underway, and a first pitch ball to Earhart. First pitch coming at exactly 6 p.m. here from Dorn Park. 72 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. 1-0. Chopper third base side. It's foul. It's 1-1.
And a little bit cooler than usual. This is kind of the weather that we saw in the first week of the season, but a lot better than that hot, humid weather that we've seen in the month of July on the Cape.
The 1-1. Ball just downstairs, and it's 2-1 to Earhart. Comes in with a .302 average this season. 2 home runs and 17 RBIs for the right fielder. 2-1 from Adams. Bounces in front of home plate, and it's 3-1. Earhart out of Oklahoma State. 3-1. Fastball at the knees, and the count runs full. Earhart took a step out of the box, and he'll step back in. Full count. Here's the pitch. Fastball just a touch outside, and it's a leadoff walk to Earhart to begin the final regular season game.
Now batting, the center fielder from
And for Adams, back in Bourne last summer and then back here in the final game, he was pretty good for the Bravos on 5 appearances last summer, had 2 starts, was 1-0 with 2.4 ERA, so nice for him to return in a spot that he's comfortable with.
Caught in a rundown is Earhart. Michelle fires it back down to Kuroda Grauer, and it is in time for the first out. Earhart caught in hot water, and there's one gone. Here in the top of the first, we'll now take you through the Bourne defensive alignment. Gage Harrelson's out in center field, joined in right by Pete Chufrutta, and in left by Sam Peterson. We'll get to the infield in a moment as the first pitch to Nick Mitchell misses outside, 1-0. From first to third around the infield, it's Garrett Michelle, Jonathan Vastine, Josh Kuroda Grauer, Bryce Eblins at the hot corner, and Derek Bender is the battery mate for Rob Adams. 1-0. This one skied high in the air, will land out of play straight behind home plate. 1-1 to Nick Mitchell. Rest of the Hyannis order sees Cam Smith batting third, playing at third base. Zach York's batting cleanup and playing at first. 1-1. Chopper towards the second base side. Vastine picks it up, flips it to first, and it's in time. 2 quick outs here for Rob Adams in the top of the first inning.
And Matt and I brought it up pregame. Vastine at second base. We've seen Kuroda Grauer and him switch up a little bit of late, but Vastine usually at shortstop has a lot of range. But showing that range at second base there, and we're wondering the change there for Kuroda Grauer and Vastine, but it's worked out so far.
First pitch to Cam Smith, bounces in front of home plate, and it's 1-0. Cam Smith, the only player to play in every single Cape League game this season. John Gazdar bats 5th. Trey Lipsy bats 6th. Brody Done's batting 7th, and there was the rest of that Hyannis order. As the 1-0 is cut on and missed by Smith, it's 1-1. Will Taylor's batting 8th, and then Elijah Hainline rounds things out. Adams working quickly, the 1-1 to Smith. Fastball outside, 2-1. Smith this season, like I said, he's played in every single game for Hyannis. He's the only player on the Cape to do that this season, and rightfully so. 356 hitter, 2-1. Called strike on the breaking ball in the inner half. It's 2-2. 6 home runs, 26 RBIs. He's been the top hitter all season long for the Harbor Hawks. 2-2 from Adams. A scorcher down the third base side. Deflected off a bare hand in the Bourne dugout. Not sure who it was.
Looked like Gabe Driscoll. But a lot of the players Matt talked about shaving their beards. A lot tougher to see.
2-2, swing and a miss. Not your traditional 1-2-3 inning for Adams, but it goes in the book the same. A strikeout of Cam Smith ends the inning. We head to the bottom of the first, and our first look at the Bourne Bats here at Dorn Park.
Provides a full range of banking solutions, including personal business banking.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Cape Cod Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, a proud sponsor of the Bourne Braves. Cape Cod Orthopedics, Sports Medicine, and Physical Therapy is the region's largest and most experienced orthopedic group, accepting new patients at our Sandwich and Hyannis clinics. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam Manna. We head into the bottom of the first, and our first looks at the Bourne Bats that will be facing Tony Roby. Comes in, making his second appearance, an 0-0 record and a 5.40 ERA through 5 innings pitched. This is the order for Bourne that he will face. Jonathan Vastine leads off playing at second base. Kendall Diggs is the DH batting second. Derek Bender, the catcher, bats third. Bryce Eblins, the cleanup hitter, playing at third base. Josh Carota-Grauer bats 5th and is the shortstop. Garrett Michelle bats 6th, playing at first base. Batting 7th is Sam Peterson, playing in left. Gage Harrelson, the center fielder, bats 8th, and rounding things out is the right fielder in Pete Freda. Roby set on the mound. Vastine digs into the lefty's batter's box. And here's the first pitch in the bottom of the first. That's a fastball outside to Jonathan Vastine. And it's 1-0. Vastine this season, .288 hitter. An all-star player for the Braves. 1-0 fastball, a hair inside, and it's 2-0. A home run and 19 RBIs for the second baseman out of Vanderbilt. He's played shortstop a majority of his time this season. 2-0 fastball, belt high for strike one.
And then average dipping down for Vastine. A lot of one-hit games recently, but he's been a big multi-hit guy, not of late.
Trying to find his groove again as we head in towards the second season. 2-1 bouncer down the first base side. It's foul, and it's 2-2. Postseason play begins on Friday. Katuitt takes on Bourne. Game 1 at Lowell Park, and then Hyannis will be facing the Falmouth Commodores. 2-2. Vastine catches a piece and clips it straight back. Wind blowing straight in here at Doran Park. Not going to see one get out with how the wind's been blowing lately. 2-2. Vastine with a high drive out towards right center field. Long run for Earhart. Racing back, and it's out of his reach. It rolls all the way to the wall. Vastine motoring around second, on his way to third. Here's the relay throw. There is no throw from Hainline. It's a leadoff triple for Jonathan Vastine.
Third triple this summer for Vastine, and 2 of them have been leadoff triples. That one crushed there from Vastine. Matt was talking about that wind, but maybe if that wind was blowing back, a chance there for Vastine in right center.
That as hard as you could hit it. 96 on a fastball right down the chute from Roby. First pitch to Kendall Diggs is inside, 1-0. Take a look now at Hyannis' defensive alignment. And straightaway center is Nick Mitchell, flanked in left by Will Taylor and in right by Zach Earhart. 1-0 from Roby. Fastball catches the top of the zone. At first is Zach York. Second base is Elijah Hainline. John Gazdar is the shortstop, and Cam Smith is at third. Brody Done is the catcher with Roby on the mound. The 1-1 to Kendall Diggs. Fastball outside, 2-1. Diggs this season out of Arkansas, .227 hitter. No home runs, 9 RBIs. He's DHing tonight. We've seen him primarily at right field. Here's a 2-1. Diggs a hard hit ground ball straight to Hainline at second. He picks it up, flips on to first. Coming in to score is Vastine, and Bourne strikes first on the RBI ground out from Kendall Diggs. That's his 10th RBI of the season. It's 1-0 Bourne.
Now batting, the catcher from Coastal Carolina.
Smart hitting there from Diggs. If you're going to do anything in that spot and it's not a base hit, just put a ball in play right side. A nice job from Diggs. Bourne striking first against Hyannis. We talked about these close games. Nice for the Bravos to be in front.
Derek Bender now comes up with the bases empty. First pitch swinging. He comes up empty on the fastball in the bottom part of the zone. It's 0-1. Last night we saw Bourne in that pitcher's duel with Katuitt. That offense came on late. 0-1. Popped up first base side. York running over towards the fence, and he runs out of room as it lands out of play. 0-2 now to Bender. Bourne didn't score in that game against Katuitt until the 8th inning. Katuitt struck first in the bottom of the 7th, but Bourne was able to pick up a much-needed win, sweeping the season series at Lowell Park in the regular season. As the 0-2 fastball is in the dirt, blocked by Done. It's 1-2. We'll see if that holds true as they'll head to Lowell Park for Game 1 of the West Division semifinals on Friday. Bender's been the top hitter in this Bourne order all season long, 384. Takes the 1-2 downstairs. It count evens at 2-2. Tied for a team high with 4 home runs and leads the team with 21 RBIs. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Drop. No drop third. They'll say Done squeezed it. And Bender's down on strikes. 2 gone. The bottom of the first. First strikeout for Roby.
Yeah, great pitch there from Roby, just going to that off-speed pitch. Bender, who had a good eye on a few of them, but that one just broke late, more middle of the zone, just down. A nice spot from the righty.
And here comes the red-hot third baseman in Bryce Eblin. First pitch fastball. Catches the outside corner 0-1. Eblin currently riding a 14-game hitting streak, 8 of which have been multi-hit games, and he continues to skyrocket in terms of his stats in this Bourne lineup. 0-1. Takes the off-speed down and away, 1-1. He's just 1 RBI behind Bender for the team high. He's got 20, and he's batting .368. Back in Bourne for his second summer. 1-1. Fastball high and outside, 2-1.
And he's the perfect guy you want hot right now. Bodine leaving the team, and Bryce can kind of take over that role as that next guy in the lineup with Bender.
2-1 delivery from Roby. Ground ball foul, first base side from Eblin. Count evens at 2-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Bourne a 1-0 lead. Vastine started this inning with a bang, a triple to lead off, and then Kendall Diggs brought him in on a 4-3 ground out. 2-2 count. Roby kicks and deals. Eblin shoots it the other way, and this will fly out of play, left field line. We'll do it again on another 2-2 count.
And such praise that Eblin's gotten, not just for his ability in the box, as Matt talked about, his .368 average, but his leadership in the dugout for Bourne.
The 2-2, swing and a miss. Down on the breaking ball is Eblin. Back-to-back punch-outs for Roby in the bottom of the first. But Bourne strikes first. That RBI ground out from Kendall Diggs drives in Vastine. It's 1-0 Braves as we head into the second inning here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Back at Dorn Park, tonight's broadcast brought to you by Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people. Proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com and go Braves. Into the top of the second, it's 4, 5, and 6 for Hyannis, beginning with Zach York. Adams' first pitch is a fastball outside, 1-0. Bourne striking first in the bottom of the first inning. Jonathan Vastine started off with a bang, a triple to begin the inning. 1-0 inside. 2 balls and no strikes to the big first baseman out of Grand Canyon, Zach York. He's been outstanding. A late addition for the Harbor Hawks. Nearly batting .350. Here's the 2-0. Ground ball straight to Michelle at first. He'll take it to the bag himself. 1 away.
And we saw what York did the last time these two teams faced off, that walk-off in a 10-inning battle at McKeon Park. And Matt talked about the little at-bats that he's had for this team coming to the squad in July, but he's been a power hitter and a reliable bat.
York's been a great addition, as has the man up to bat in John Gazdar. Takes a first pitch strike on an off-speed at the knees. Gazdar comes in batting .353. No home runs, 10 RBIs. 0-1. Off-speed's outside, 1-1. Gazdar plays his college ball at Austin, PA. 1-1, chops it foul, third base side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Adams worked an unconventional 1-2-3 inning in the top of the first. Earhart reached on a walk but was caught in a rundown. 1-2 inside. Gazdar shifts out of the way, and it's 2-2. And then a ground out of Mitchell and the strikeout of Cam Smith. 2-2 from Adams. Brushes inside against Gazdar, nearly clips him. Full count. Payoff pitch from Adams. Chopper, left side of the infield. Grauer picks it up at short. Fires across the diamond. Gets Gazdar by a step. 2 gone.
Nice read there from JKG. High hopper, not charging it in too hard and being able to set himself and have that patience with a strong throw. Seeing that arm strength across the diamond for Grauer.
From Ohio State University, number 2, Trey Lipsy.
That brings up the DH in Trey Lipsy. Adams has been moving quick here in the second inning, and he's into his windup here for the first pitch to Lipsy. That's a breaking ball, down and away, 1-0. Lipsy out of Ohio State, .247 hitter this summer with the Harbor Hawks. This will be his 35th game played. 1-0, that one catches him right on the elbow, and he'll head down to first on a hit by pitch.
Yeah, for Adams there is losing that fastball to the lefty and Lipsy. First miscue outside of that walk to Earhart in a 3-2 count, but have 2 outs here, just looking to bear down towards the bottom of the order.
We'll have to get through Brody Done, the catcher out of Virginia Tech. .233 hitter this summer for Hyannis. Lipsy leads off first base. He's 8 for 12 on stolen bases this season. First pitch to Done. Fastball on the outer half. 1-1. 4 home runs, 19 RBIs for Done. Lipsy takes his lead at first. He's held on to by Michelle. 0-1. This is outside. Count evened at 1-1. 1-1. Hard hit ground ball on the left side of the infield. Grauer flips on the backhand of Vastine, and it's in time to get Lipsy out. Beautiful defensive play by the middle infield here for Bourne. As we head to the bottom of the second, the Braves with a 1-0 lead over the Harbor Hawks here in the final game of the regular season. Welcome back to Dorn Park. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Commercial Electrical Solutions, Cape Cod's most valued and professional electrical subcontractor who's been providing exceptional services to both commercial and residential customers for over 10 years. Do you have an electrical problem? CES has the solution. Matt Scalzo alongside Cam Manna, top of the second inning. Josh Kuroda-Grauer to lead off against Tony Roby in his second inning of work. First pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Kuroda-Grauer, a nice defensive play to end the top of the second. Ranging to his left, and the backhand flip to Vaston up the middle to get the lead runner and Lipsy out. 0-1 in the dirt. Scooped by Done behind the plate, 1-1. Kuroda-Grauer has struggled as of late. Comes in as a 188 hitter. Did pick up a hit in his last appearance at Polar Park. 1-1 clips it straight back, and it's 1-2. Played last night and was a pinch hitter for Cam Foster, went 0 for 2. Here's a 1-2, slow roller, second base side. Scooped up by Hainline, he'll flip to first, and it's in time for the first out.
Yeah, for JKG, looking to get that bat going. A lot of his hits of late have been timely hits, but the consistent swings have not been there for him. Had a little bit of a hot streak. His biggest timely hit in the last 10 days was against Harwich. That big go-ahead 2 RBI double in that 7-5 victory.
Here's Garrett Michelle. He takes the first pitch fastball inside, and that's a ball. Michelle, he's also trying to get his bat into gear. Had a nice triple at Polar Park, his first of the season. 1-0. Michelle rips this, and this is straight into right field for a base hit. Right on cue. Garrett Michelle, a one-out single.
Really good swing there for Michelle, not wasting any time, finding his pitch, know what he's looking for there, and just rips an inside fastball to right field. And for Michelle, too, there's a lot of promise with his swing as such a young player, just going to be a sophomore at Virginia Tech. 4 home runs, hits for power, and hits for power deep. A few bombs that have just been under 400 feet.
Takes a 2-step lead over at first. Sam Peterson steps in. He shows bunt. Pulls back as the fastball zips outside from Roby. 1-0. Michelle came in late yesterday against Katu. It was a pinch runner for Bryce Eblin in that 9th inning. Bourne added another in the 4-1 win. 1-0. Dips in the dirt. 2-0. Peterson comes in, 266 hitter. Has a home run, 8 RBIs. 2-0. Checks his swing, he lays off as another pitch is low from Roby. 3 balls and no strikes. 1 away in the bottom half of the second inning. Roby out of Texas State. It's a fastball on the outer half, 3-1. This past season at Texas State, a 5-4 record and a 4.33 ERA through 60 and a third innings pitched. 48 strikeouts, 26 walks. Hasn't been on the Cape long. 3-1. That catches Peterson on the shoulder. And he tosses his bat towards the Bourne dugout. Jogs on down to first on a hit by a pitch. Puts runners at first and second with 1 away for Gage Harrelson.
Number 16, Gage Harrelson.
And a big spot here for Gage, who's another guy that's been seeing the ball well. Had a, you could call it a big hit yesterday. Just putting a ball in play, wasn't counted as a hit, but just for Gage, just that weird chopper first base side gave Bourne the lead and the win.
Didn't pick up any RBIs either on that play, but it was a much-needed ball in play like Cam said. First pitch is down in the dirt, 1-0. 250 average, no home runs, 8 RBIs for Harrelson. He's got plenty of speed and has been swinging the bat better as of late. Also been great defensively. 1-0. Fastball on the inside corner. It's 1-1. Cam Smith, the third baseman, right on the infield grass over at third. The shortstop in Gazdar is right behind Michelle. He takes a two-step lead at second. Handline, a couple steps in from the outfield. 1-1. Changeup on the outside corner, 1-2. York not holding on to the runner, and Peterson over at first. And now Smith takes a couple steps back in a 1-2 count. Double play depth up the middle. 1-2. Harrelson. Drop third. Peterson caught in a rundown over at first. He was aggressive off the bag. Now York fires across the diamond to Smith, and they'll chase Michelle down back to second. He dives back in, and he'll be tagged out. Not your standard strike him out, throw him out situation. But Bourne caught in hot water on the base paths. We head to the top of the third inning. The Braves with a 1-0 lead over the Harbor Hawks.
Let's find out. It's the moment of truth. How do you know if they're sending it? Because Jeremy's going to signal to us.
Back for the top of the third inning here at Dorn Park. A 1-0 Bourne lead over Hyannis. Rob Adams heading out for his third inning of work. First start on the mound. First appearance for Bourne. First pitch to Will Taylor is a breaking ball. Drops into the heart of the zone, 0-1. One strikeout for Adams so far. A couple of base runners allowed, but no hits. 0-1. Down the dirt, 1-1 to Taylor. Left fielder out of Clemson. 1-1. Fastball around the inner half. 1-2. Taylor doesn't like the call. 228 hitter, 2 home runs, 19 RBIs for Taylor. Adams kicks and deals the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Dropping to a knee is Taylor. One gone in the top of the third. Second strikeout for Adams.
I'm liking what Adams is doing so far. Not the most overpowering lefty with the fastball, but hits his spots very well. We've seen his fastball. He'll work inside the hitters on 2 strikes, and then the off-speed hangs it low, keeps it downstairs. Has been very productive so far with both pitches.
First pitch swinging and clipping it out of play is Elijah Hainline. And so 1. Adams appears to be keeping his beard, unlike the rest of the Bourne pitching staff and players that have shaved ahead of the postseason. 0-1 is outside to Hainline. 224 average. He's got a home run. 17 RBIs. His entire Hyannis order has a good amount of RBIs. They've turned it on late in the season. 1-1. Straight back to the netting, 1-2.
And speaking of the shave, the only guy that I saw was almost unrecognizable was Bryce Cunningham. A few guys you could still tell, but nice superstition move for the Braves.
1-2. Change up in the dirt. 2-2. We'll have to see if Rob shaves it all off. He's got tomorrow ahead of the postseason. 2-2. Ground ball up the middle. Kuroda Grauer boots it, and reaching base safely will be Hainline.
Weird hop on the ground ball from Hainline off the lip, and then took another just a weird little dribble towards Kuroda Grauer. Fielded it at first, had trouble with that exchange. Gives Bourne their first error in this one, so they'll pinch for 2.
Like Cam said, an E6 for Kuroda Grauer, and he also said it. Double play depth now up the middle. Vastine shading over towards second base. Kuroda Grauer a few steps off, still playing in his standard shortstop position. A quick snap throw over from Adams, and back safely is Hainline. Back to the top of the order, Zach Earhart. He worked a walk to lead off the game, and then quick pickoff move from Adams put Earhart in trouble, and was that eventually picked off over at second. First pitch breaking ball is a touch inside, 1-0. Hainline takes his lead over at first. Adams looking straight at him, working from the first base side of the rubber. 1-0. Another breaking ball. This is inside once again.
And now for Adams trying to locate that breaking ball. It's been more of a 2-strike pitch, using it here early on. Now with a 2-0 count. Look for Earhart here. Now he's looking fastball.
Hainline moving around over at first, and skipping a throw over is Adams. Count stays where it is. Hainline, he's got good speed. He's 7 for 10 on stolen bases this season. Adams with as a lefty makes it a bit easier to make these moves to first, and there's another. Back standing is Hainline.
And I like the pickoff move, too, from Adams. Has that little head fake and goes as long as he can until he has to go to first base for it not to be a balk.
2-0. Fastball inside. Bender was ready to fire a throw down to first. Lost it momentarily on the exchange. 3-0 count now to Earhart. He's already worked one walk. Looking for another in a 3-0 count. Pitch shows bunt, pulls back. Fastball's inside. It's a 4-pitch walk to Earhart. Puts runners on first and second with one gone here in the top of the third. First runner in scoring position for the Harbor Hawks.
Now batting, the center fielder from Western Illinois, number 8.
And now for Adams, just got to reset here. The strike zone's been his best friend after that first batter of the game in Earhart. Back-to-back walks now to him. Just got to go back to what's been working, that mix of fastball to strikes, and then have that off-speed late.
Eblin creeps in over at third, rest of the infield back, except for Kuroda Grauer. He's a couple steps in from the outfield grass. A first pitch breaking ball is outside, says Steve Williams behind the plate. It's 1-0. Mike Griffin's over at third, and Jacob Ashworth is the first base umpire. 1-0. Fastball in the outer half. Evens the count at 1-1 to Nick Mitchell. First strike in a little bit for Adams. Mitchell grounded out to Vastine his first time up in the first. 1-1. This breaking ball starts inside, breaks back into the heart of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Mitchell, the center fielder, had a huge defensive play in the last meeting between these two, that walk-off win that Cam alluded to. Threw Derek Bender out in the top of the 10th inning from left field. He was trying to score. 1-2. Fastball outside, 2-2. And Mitchell threw a dart and a one hop straight to the chest of Done. Tag Bender out, and then, of course, we all know what Zach York did in the bottom of the 10th. Two-two count. Adams looks over at Heinlein at second, a large lead. 2-2 right off the end of the bat, popped up. This will stay on the infield. Eblin calls everyone off over at third. He'll make the catch. Also call infield fly. 2 away.
I like the composure, too, from Adams here. And Heinlein bouncing around a lot at second base, trying to just make it tough on Adams, but he's been composed on the bump.
Scott Landers out of the mound or out of the dugout and onto the mound here. Might be the day for Adams. There's Max LeBlanc warming up in the bullpen, but Adams has thrown well. Just a little wary here of Cam Smith coming up to bat. Top hitter for Hyannis in their order. They're going to roll with Adams as Steve Williams comes out from behind home plate and tells Landers he's got to make a decision here.
It's a long mound visit. There it is.
A very long mound visit indeed. Landers is going to stick with Adams. Big spot here in the top of the third inning. Not a whole lot of meaning behind this game for these two teams in terms of standings, but finding your groove heading into the postseason, this is a big one. Born with a 1-0 lead, they struck first in the bottom of the first. Cam Smith looking to even it up. Already has 26 RBIs, lefty on righty. Adams sets, and he'll throw over to first, and the throw gets away from Michelle. Earhart was caught out. The throw was just a little low from Adams. Got away from Michelle.
And that's what it seems like there, that why Landers came out. One, for give LeBlanc more time in the bullpen, but two, what a smart play there and an opportunity going to first with Heinlein bouncing around. You try to go to Earhart, just a miscue in the throw.
So now both runners in scoring position with 2 outs to Cam Smith. Adams will have to throw away here. First pitch. This is low. 1-0. Smith struck out swinging his first time up against Adams. Breaking ball, loops back in, catches the outer half. Here's the 1-1. Fastball. Catches Smith at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And now for Adams here, you maybe go back to that looping breaking ball. You wonder what Smith is looking for, because Adams has worked a lot of the times low.
The 1-2. Fastball inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. 2 runners on. For Hyannis in the top of the third, a 1-0 Bourne lead. It's Earhart at first and Heinlein at third. Adams went low to get the strike out of Smith back in the first inning. The 2-2. Breaking ball hangs outside, and the count runs full to the third baseman out of Florida State. Full count. Here it comes. Smith ground ball, third base side, gloved by Eblin, throws on the run, and it's a strike to Michelle for the third and final out here in the top of the third. Hyannis strands a pair as we head to the bottom of the third, but first down to the field, Allie Navarrete, she's got a special guest. Down to you guys.
Thanks, guys. I'm here alongside our housing director and athletic trainer, Erin. And Erin, you've been an athletic trainer in the Cape League for 16 years now. What's been your favorite part of that experience?
I just think it's different every summer, and every summer it's fun, and it's a different group of boys, but it's still the same. Great baseball, great atmosphere, but you never know what you're going to get yourself into in the beginning of the summer.
Now, you've been with Bourne for a couple seasons now. You're also the housing director here. How do you think getting to know these guys in the dugout as a trainer gives you a new perspective when it comes to the housing?
So key to winning a championship on the Cape is having players that want to be here, who want to play, who want to win. The best way to keep your players up here is to give them great host families, and we really have that here in Bourne. So I think it's a great perspective to see how happy they are in the dugout, and just really transfers over to the home.
Also, you've been here a long time. You've seen a lot of teams come and go. What makes this 2023 Bravo squad so special?
This team is just absolutely chaotic energy. Every day, up or down, they're always happy, always yelling, always fun with each other. Just chaos, and it's the most fun chaos I've ever been a part of.
Definitely a fun squad we have here this season. Thank you, Erin. Back to you guys in the booth.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Fairway Financial, a proud local sponsor for your Bourne Braves. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, visit fairwayfinancial.net and ask for owner and host family sponsor Steve Anzoni, Cape Cod's retirement income specialist. That's fairwayfinancial.net. Bottom of the third, Roby set back on the mound. Pete Ciuffreda digs in. The first pitch is inside. The left-handed hitting right fielder who's on his way to Rutgers. Finished up a great career at Lafayette. He'll be joining Josh Carota-Grauer and Hugh Pinckney in Piscataway. 1-0 is downstairs, 2-0. Pete was a huge part of this order in the early part of the season, also through that midway point as well, but he struggled as of late. A 192 hitter, 4 RBIs, and 1 home run. That home run came against the Harbor Hawks. 2-0, down the chute, 2-1. It was a first pitch home run at McKeon Park in the first meeting between these two. That was back on June 16th. 2-1, broken bat. This dribbles down the third base side, and that bat shattered on Ciuffreda right at the barrel.
Yeah, the top side of the barrel just completely came off. That's the perfect way to describe it. It is shattered.
So Ciuffreda will head to the dugout, and Hugh Pinckney hands him a fresh piece of lumber. And quickly back in the box is Ciuffreda. Had that red and blue Bourne bat. Now he's got a bit of a gray and black action, maybe a bit brown there by the handle. 2-2. That catches Ciuffreda right on the foot by the looks of it. And he'll head on down to first on a leadoff hit by pitch. Second batter that Roby has hit.
Now batting, the second baseman.
Not a get out of jail free card for Ciuffreda, who was in a 2-2 count.
He's batting 192, but the OPS has been up there for him. 632 for Ciuffreda coming into that Katuitt game.
First pitch to Vastine. He cuts and misses. It's 0-1. On base percentage for Ciuffreda up above 300. It's what he's done great at. It's getting on base even if the hits haven't been there. Vastine in the top of the order, back up the 0-1. Fastball is inside, 1-1. Vastine started off the bottom of the first with a triple to right center field. Earhart had a long run, and he was just out of his reach. He tumbled over, and it rolled all the way to the wall. 1-1. Change up downstairs, 2-1. Vastine came to score on the RBI ground out from Kendall Diggs. He's on deck. That's the difference so far. A 1-0 Bourne lead in the final game of the regular season. The second season begins on Friday at Katuitt for the Braves. 2-1, Ciuffreda going. Ground ball right side. This will sneak its way through into right field. Ciuffreda around second, on his way to third. A perfectly executed hit and run for Jonathan Vastine and the Braves.
Nice job there from Vastine. Hit and run fully on. That's an outside pitch that Vastine just pulls and does his job there. Understands the movement from Heinlein at second base to cover for Ciuffreda in that throw from Donay. If this one was going to be called to strike past Vastine, but smart hitting there by Vastine, just slapping that one right side.
Cam touched on how it hadn't been. Vastine hasn't been that multi-hit person as of late. Well, now he's 2 for 2, a triple and a single, puts runners on the corners for Kendall Diggs. Takes a first pitch changeup at the knees for a called strike. Diggs now up to 10 RBIs after his ground out brought in Vastine in the first. Vastine with a 2-step lead over at first. Ciuffreda at third. Vastine's going. Pitches outside. There's no throw from Donay. Vastine's into second, standing up. The double play is out of order now for the Harbor Hawks as Vastine picks up his 14th stolen bag of the season. One in the dirt. Gets past Donay momentarily, but not too far for the tall catcher. Pops up and picks it up. Holding at third is Ciuffreda.
And a big spot here for Bourne to extend. They put Diggs in a really good spot with no outs. Even a ground ball right side once again will work for Diggs.
He's in a favorable 2-1 count, nobody away. Bottom of the third. Roby from the stretch, the pitch. Diggs a hard hit dribbler down the right field line. It's foul. There's a look at Zach York over at first. He's off the line right now to the left-handed hitter, about 2-3 steps at Grand Canyon. He was the walk-off hero in the last meeting between these two, a 4-3 win for the Harbor Hawks on the 15th of July. The 2-2. It's outside. Count runs full. Well, Diggs hasn't had his average there. His on-base percentage has been there, and the huge part is that the amount of walks he's worked. 19 walks. He's also been hit by a pitch 6 times to 24 strikeouts. Payoff pitch. Ground ball right side. Picked up by Heinlein. He'll underhand toss it to first. It's deja vu for Kendall Diggs. Brings in Pete Ciuffreda. Makes it 2-0. His second RBI of the night. Also a 4-3 ground out.
Now batting, the catcher from Coastal Carolina.
A dip in the average for Diggs, but team player and understands his position that he's been up in 2 times. Right side RBI bringing those runs in for Bourne, extending here, and also sets up Bender now with 1 out and Vastine now 90 feet away.
Bourne looking for a crooked number here in the bottom of the third. Bender first pitch swing, he clips it straight back, and it's 0-1. There's Ciuffreda. Began the inning with a hit by a pitch and has come around to score. As the 0-1 bounces away from Donay towards the Hyannis dugout. Vastine sprinting from third. He comes in to score. 3-0 Braves.
Great read there from Vastine, already off the bag, and a nice secondary that he had on that pitch. And got a straight shot home. And now Bender, his job changes. Now looking to lead off a new inning with 1 out.
1-1 count here for the catcher out of Coastal Carolina. 1-1's in the dirt. Bounces away from Donay once more, and the count is at 2-1 with 1 out. 2-1. Leaning out of the way is Bender as the pitch comes inside. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 away. Bottom of the third. There's some arms up for Hyannis in their bullpen. Same for Bourne. It's been Max LeBlanc that we've seen warming up for Rob Adams. 3-1. Check swing. Doesn't matter, a called strike. Right on the outside corner. Low in the zone. Full count. Roby put Bender down on strikes the first time the two faced off in the bottom of the first inning. 3-2. High fly ball, right field. Shading towards the line is Earhart. Still moving over, and he'll make the catch for the second out.
A pitch that Bender also wants back. That's the fastball he was kind of looking for on the inner half. Just late dropped his hands.
The third baseman from the University of Alabama, number 9.
2 long at-bats for Bender, just not on his side so far.
Now Bryce Eblin comes up to bat. Bender very upset, slamming his helmet. Eblin struck out swinging. That ended the bottom of the first inning. First pitch swing. It's a chopper. Second base sign. It's off the glove of Hainline into right field. Eblin takes a wide turnaround first. He slips, and he'll retreat back. That'll be the first error against the Harbor Hawks. So Bryce Eblin still looking to keep his hit streak going. Won't get it there. Reaches on an E4.
Now batting.
Yeah, that one for Hainline, just jogging in and just put his glove out, totally turned his head towards first base. Looked like just a routine out. Eblin thought it was out too, just jogging. On the Hainline once back, also just looking at the sun there. Maybe that higher bounce got in the way.
First pitch to Josh Kuroda-Grauer. Change up on the inner half, 0-1. Sun still high in the sky. It is beginning to set, so you're starting to see those shadows appear on the first base side, the shadow of the press box. Starting to engulf the first base line. Over at third, it's the concession stand that's starting to take away some spots in left field. 0-1. Chopper straight to Gazdar at short. He'll flip to Hainline and get Eblin out. A fielder's choice ends the bottom of the third, but Bourne puts up a pair of runs, taking advantage of Hyannis miscues. We head to the fourth inning. It's a 3-0 Bourne lead over Hyannis. All's hand play-by-play off to Cam Manna when we return on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Your ticket to an extraordinary getaway.
Top of the fourth inning here from Dorn Park, and there is your new pitcher, Max LeBlanc, the righty out of UMass Amherst, making his 6th appearance of 5.58 ERA, comes in on a 3-0 lead for the Braves. And Rob Adams, his first start here in 2023, a returner for the Braves, a part of that 2022 championship team. 3 innings in his first start, no hits allowed on no runs for him. Had 2 strikeouts and walked 3. So a nice outing for the left-hander out of Southeastern University. Hands off to LeBlanc here in the top of the fourth. 12 strikeouts and only 2 walks for LeBlanc as well. He'll face 4, 5, 6 in the Hyannis order. Zachary York, John Gazdar, and Trey Lipsy, the first 3 that he'll see. York, that hero, last time these two teams faced off, a walk-off single in the 10th inning at McKeon Park. LeBlanc sets, first pitch, it's a fastball inside. York 0 for 1 so far, ground out to first base to Michelle. Comes in batting .347, those 19 RBIs. Here's LeBlanc's 1-0 pitch. Fastball called, strike at the letters. And York Summer, just a nice addition for Cameron Smith in this 3-4 spot. Has been a big part of Hyannis' hot streak to get to that 2 seed. 1-1 pitch, breaking ball in there for a strike. Quickly 1-2. LeBlanc's last outing, 3 innings and 3 earned runs against YD in the 14-0 loss. Looking to turn it around here. 1-2 pitch to York. Breaking ball just low. Bender tried to bring it up on the frame. And LeBlanc looking to put the first batter down he sees out of the pen. The righty sets once again. The 2-2 pitch way upstairs. Counts full. York with back-to-back multi-hit games against Wareham and Orleans coming into this one. Looking to get his first hit of the night, and Hyannis on the board. 3-2 pitch, it's outside, and the Harbor Hawks with the base runner. This will be their first leadoff base runner here tonight, and it's Zachary York on the backs.
Yeah, not how you want to start your outing out of the bullpen. If you're LeBlanc, you're in that favorable count early, and then you lose control on back-to-back pitches. A fastball up in the zone, your breaking ball hangs way outside. They're hoping for a much better outing here against Gazdar, righty on righty.
First pitch to Gazdar is up and inside. Gazdar 0 for 1. 19th game on the Cape, batting .353. Went 2 for 3 last night against the Gatemen. LeBlanc's 1-0. Fastball elevated once again. Great start for Rob Adams. And Bourne just looking here to edge around with the starting pitching before the playoffs. Adams a good guy to have. 2-0 pitch. Got on a miss from Gazdar. Got jammed on the inside fastball. We also saw Brady Afton run down towards the bullpen before. Maybe in the works as well here tonight. LeBlanc's 2-1, Gazdar a liner, and this one over the head of Vastine. He couldn't see it with the sun. York jogging into second base. First hit here tonight for the Harbor Hawks in the hands of John Gazdar. And this one just blooping over the head of Vastine. Vastine just put his glove over his face, could not see it with the sun. We saw that same problem just last inning for Elijah Hainline on the error on a Bryce Eblin ground ball. And the Harbor Hawks now with the tying run at the plate.
Yeah, it looked like maybe a catchable ball for Vastine. He's got plenty of athleticism, but he just lost it in the sun. You see Pete Ciuffreda in the background using his glove.
First pitch here to Trey Lipsy is a called strike. Yeah, Ciuffreda out there on right, just blocking with his throwing hand and his glove as well, the sun. Gage Harrelson in center has the glasses on. 2 runners on here for Hyannis, no outs. 0-1 to Lipsy, a wave and a miss. Quickly 0-2. Lipsy, one of the 4 All-Stars in this lineup. Walked in his first AB here tonight. Has York off second and Gazdar off first. LeBlanc looking for out number 1. 0-2 pitch, clipped back. 11 RBIs for Lipsy out of Ohio State. 8 stolen bases as well. 3 triples, DHing here tonight, but is been a utility guy as well, a lot of the time in the outfield for the Harbor Hawks. LeBlanc 2 looks at second base. Here's the 0-2 once again. Fastball popped up foul, third base side. And Michelle at first base now with his glasses on. There's that shade on the first base side now. Not helping out Vastine, though. Just that big plot of shade misses him at second base. Also pinching, so a lot more of that sun. LeBlanc, a long look in. 0-2 pitch, just dribbled foul. Lipsy, 3 straight foul balls, staying alive. Sixth and final meeting between these teams. Bourne looking to take the season series in the regular season. Hyannis looking to tie it at 3 apiece. Two teams faced off in the West semis last summer. A chance for them to do it again if they can both move on in round 1. Here's the 0-2 once again from LeBlanc. It's a fastball in the attic. Middle infield still pinching for Bourne. Michelle and Eblin back at the corners. Outfield straight away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. LeBlanc, a look at second. The pitch, breaking ball, cut on and missed. LeBlanc's first punch out of the bullpen. Puts 2 on, then Lipsy down swinging. There's 1 away.
Nice way to bounce back there for LeBlanc is you're just trying to get through these hitters here. And what I liked there is he went straight at attacking Lipsy. A lot of fastballs early and then switched it up to the breaking ball at the end.
Here's another all-star, the catcher, Brody Done. Also partaked in the home run derby at Harwich Field. First pitch here from LeBlanc. This one is low on the off-speed, switching it up there on his pitch rhythms. Done 0 for 1 so far, ground out to shortstop to end the second inning. Has 2 on the pond right here, York in scoring position. 1-0 pitch, it's a fastball low. 19 RBIs for the catcher out of Virginia Tech. The Harbor Hawks 1 hit coming this inning. Looking to get on the scoreboard, trailing by 3. LeBlanc 2 looks at second. 2-0 pitch. It's a heater low once again. Will Taylor, he stands on deck. 7-8-9 right here for the Harbor Hawks. There's Gazdar off first base. York standing off second. LeBlanc looking to work back the 3-0 to Done. Fastball called, strike on the inside corner. Bender dropped the ball. Done a quarter down the first base line. He'll have to walk back. Matt and I have talked about it. Good chance if you leave the batter's box a little bit too early to the umpire's liking, they're going to call you for a strike.
Yeah, Steve Williams with the call there behind the plate. He's been generous.
3-1 pitch, fastball inside. So either way, Done jogging down to first base, no doubt about this one. Base is now loaded for Hyannis. And here's Will Taylor.
A couple of little at-bats here, just getting away from LeBlanc, falling into early holes, and just couldn't locate his fastball early in that count to Done. Just put him behind the 8-ball.
Here's Will Taylor. First pitch, Shin Music inside. LeBlanc missing his zones here. A walk to York, a single to Gazdar. Put down Lipsy, a long at-bat there to Done. Faces the Clemson outfielder in Taylor, who's 0 for 1. 1-0 pitch, a wave and a miss. Big hack there from Taylor, turning that whole front side to left field. Has had no hits in his last 2 games. Went 0 for 2 last night, an RBI and a walk against the Gatemen. Has 2 in scoring position, 3 guys on the backs. 1-1 pitch just inside from LeBlanc. He wanted it. And wants the ball quickly back on a 2-1 hole.
Yeah, his fastball is a shade inside there. similar spot to Done, but just further in.
Here's the 2-1 pitch, almost clips Taylor. Now a 3-1 count. And a chance here for LeBlanc to walk in the first run of the night for the Harbor Hawks. York off third base, Gazdar off second. Done with one of the 2 walks, he's off first. Taylor looking to get Hyannis on the board. 3-1 pitch, got on and missed. LeBlanc up the ladder on the fastball, works it full.
That's a pitch Taylor would like to have back. Would have wanted to hold off on a 3-1 there, up in the zone. You need to go to your best pitch here if you're LeBlanc.
3 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch popped up, first base side. Michelle running in towards the line in foul territory, makes the catch for a big out number 2.
That's a huge out for LeBlanc. He went to his best pitch. It's been his fastball so far, keeping it elevated in the zone. You got a couple of swings and misses from Taylor early in that count. You go back to it once again, you see Garrett Michelle laughing with Brody Done, college teammates at Virginia Tech.
That sun not a problem for Michelle on the first base side. 2 outs, here's Elijah Hainline, the 9-hitter. First pitch, high fly ball, shallow right center field. Harrelson sprinting in, Vastine going back. Harrelson loses the hat, but will make the catch for out number 3. 1 hit, 3 base runners on that are stranded for the Harbor Hawks. Bourne still in front 3-0 in the first inning of work for Max LeBlanc. And we send it back down to the field. Dally Navarrete once again.
Thanks, guys. Some great defense there from the Bravos to get us out of this one. And a change on defense tonight for the Braves. Derek Bender is behind the plate. We've seen him kind of everywhere this season, left field, first base, DH a lot of the time, and also at catcher, but only a couple times yet. He told me he really feels like that's what his natural position is. He said getting back behind the plate for the Bravos tonight is just like riding a bike. He's been doing it his whole life, and with the departure of his coastal teammate, Caden Bodine, I think he'll have the opportunity to do it a lot more during playoffs, something that he's very excited to do, and he feels that with him behind the plate, he gives his team a really good opportunity to win and shine on defense. Back to you guys when we come back. Cool.
Bottom 4 here from Dorn Park, a Braves 3-0 lead over Hyannis. Tony Roby back on the bump once again, his 4th inning of work. Allowed 1 run in bottom 1. 2 more runs for Bourne in the 3rd inning. Kendall Diggs has led the way with 2 RBI groundouts. 6, 7, 8 here for Bourne. Here's Garrett Michelle. Roby sets, fires. First pitch, a called strike on the breaking ball. Michelle 1 for 1 here tonight. Has been getting a lot more hot of late. 4 hits in his last 3 games. 0-1 pitch, clips it back. 0-2.
Now we saw from Michelle his first time up. Hard hit, line drive, right into right field.
Swinging a hot bat. 0-2 pitch, this one low, Michelle not fishing. If you're just joining us alongside Matt Scalzo, I'm Cam Manna. Just heard from Allie Navarrete. Final game here in the regular season on the Cape. Roby, 1-2 outside. 3 strikeouts so far for the right-hander out of Texas State. Second start here for the Harbor Hawks. The 2-2 to Michelle. This one, called strike 3, painted on the outer half at the knees. 4 punch-outs now for Roby. There's one away.
Now batting, the left fielder from the University of Iowa.
Yeah, that's a tough
number
pitch where you
23,
got to take
Sam
for Michelle. He
Peterson.
thought it was a tad outside. It looked it a little bit, but Steve Williams behind the plate, he's called that all night long.
Here's Sam Peterson. First pitch, back to that breaking ball is Roby. And that one in the zone to Peterson. Buckled up Michelle with that same pitch. Peterson has reached base once, walked back in that second inning. 0-1, line drive, right field, down for a base hit over the head of York at first base. Bourne with another hit, looking for more runs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And Peterson, second time he'll reach base here tonight.
Now batting, the center fielder from Texas Tech, number 16.
That was a good shot from
Harrelson.
Peterson. Just working it the other way, keeping his hands through the zone. Seen him struggle a little bit as of late in more recent games at Dorn Park. And just overall, you see him now back to the long pants. We've seen him go with the high socks for a while.
He's going first pitch, looking for stolen base 15. Done's throw. This one not in time. A strike here to Harrelson, but Peterson sliding in safely. With the long pants or the high ones, has the speed either way. Now 3 stolen bases behind Bender for a team leading. 4 hits for the Braves. Looking for that 4th run. That is Peterson. Roby the 0-1 to Harrelson. This one outside. Almost got past Done. Quick read on it behind home plate. And that adjustment, too, from Peterson on that hit to right field. Similar pitch to a righty from what we saw to Michelle on that strikeout. Throwing his hands, going to right field. Here's Harrelson. He's 0 for 1. 1-1 pitch, a wave and a miss. 8 RBIs for Harrelson. Had the big ground ball that gave Bourne the lead last night against Katuitt, brought in 2 runs. 2-step lead for Peterson off second base. There's the look from Roby. The 1-2 pitch, this one's low. Done in front of it once again. More of a chilly night here in August from Dorn Park. It was right around 72 at first pitch. Sun starting to set just a little bit. Here's the 2-2 from Roby. This one outside on the breaking ball. Moves the count full.
I think that happens normally with the summer. You know, July is just feels like you're melting constantly in July. It's always so hot. And normally it's more gradual, but this was a quick flip in terms of weather.
3-2 pitch, called strike 3. Roby back to the lower half. 5 strikeouts. And there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
Right fielder from Rutgers University, number 24, Pete Ciuffreda.
And Harrelson looked like he might have been expecting a different pitch, just frozen on that pitch from Roby.
2 outs. Here's the 9-hitter, Pete Ciuffreda. First pitch outside. Led off that 3rd inning with a hit-by pitch. Ended up scoring on 2 runs for the Braves. But back to that weather. It was almost too hot in July. It was humid, burning hot up here. I'll take this 70-degree weather, a little bit of a breeze, than the 90s. 1-0. This one outside. I found this extra large sweatshirt in our press box. Just threw it on. Definitely a little bit big on me. Obviously not the height of Matt Scalzo, my partner. 2-0 pitch. Ciuffreda, a check swing. Done spinning in circles, finds the ball. 2-1.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw you put it on pregame. I was like, wow, that is not Cam's sweatshirt. But I knew you were going to roll with it because it's a little chilly out. I got my nice quarter zip with me. I don't even know if that would fit me. Probably be a bit better than what for you.
2-1 outside, off the glove of Done. Peterson advances 90 feet to third base. The fourth run for Bourne, 90 feet away.
This has just been a tough inning, 2 innings here for Done in terms of, control with the baseball. We've seen him some of them get away from him not too far. He's a big 6'5" frames. He's able to range over quicker, but there's been a couple that have been costly.
3 balls, 1 strike, the pitch. This one low and inside. And Giuffreda jogged down to first base. The second time he'll reach the bags here tonight. Just 2 plate appearances, no at-bats so far for the right fielder. And runners at the corners, top of the order for the Bravos. Vastine, he's swinging a hot bat. Came into the game batting .288. We talked about his struggles. As Coach Beatty for Hyannis will come out here, and this will do it for Tony Roby. A point towards the right field bullpen. And with first and third, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Bourne looking to extend. And Roby, his night will end in his second start for the Harbor Hawks. We'll get you the new pitcher and everything you need to know when we return on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Two outs, 2 runners on for the Braves, and there is the new pitcher, Griffin O'Connor, the 6-foot righty out of Assumption College. His first appearance this summer for the Harbor Hawks. Started 12 games on the mound for the Hounds this past spring. 65 innings on a 4.13 ERA. He'll face the top of the order in Jonathan Vastine. Giuffreda off first base. Peterson still off third. The infield creeps in just a little bit here for Hyannis. The second baseman, Hainline, though, he's almost back in right field. The Braves looking to extend their 3-run lead. Vastine's 2 for 2. Here's the first pitch, a called strike on the inside corner. Vastine tripled in that first inning. And then a single and scored in the third. O'Connor sets, fires, breaking ball back in the zone. Quickly 0-2. Big situation here for O'Connor early on out of the bullpen, looking to keep it where it is. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Vastine, upstairs. Vastine almost bit at the eye candy, as Matt calls it, 1-2.
Yeah, especially after going low both times on the first 2 pitches to Vastine, it's not surprising to see O'Connor elevate it.
The 1-2 pitch, now low on the breaking ball, makes it 2-2. It was a 1-out single for Peterson, a 2-out walk for Giuffreda. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. The pitch, Vastine, a drive to right field and towards the line, down for a base hit. Peterson scores, Shufreda jogging into third base. He'll be in there safely. Jonathan Vastine, 3 hits here tonight. An RBI single makes it 4-0 Bravos.
That's exactly what you want to get from someone who's been seeing the ball really well tonight in Vastine. And he's struggled a little bit as of late. He's gotten hits, but it hasn't been those big multi-hit games like we're seeing tonight. It's exactly what you want to get as you're heading in towards the postseason.
There's Vastine off first base. Turn it around here in the last game. First pitch to Diggs, gets past him. Here comes Shufreda, now caught in a rundown, hesitates, he comes home, and he knew it. He'll be tagged out to end the inning. But not after Jonathan Vastine, an RBI single. His 20th RBI this summer makes it 4-0 Braves. We'll head to the top of the 5th, hear from Dorn Park when we return on the Born Braves Broadcast Network. Max LeBlanc back on the bump here in the top of the 5th inning. Bourne gets one more in the bottom of the 4th. Jonathan Vastine, his 20th RBI this summer, makes it 4-0 Bravos. 9-1-2 here for Hyannis. Or excuse me, top of their order will be Zach Earhart. So 1-2-3, Nick Mitchell and Cameron Smith to follow. Only one hit for Hyannis. And that one coming in the 4th inning for John Gazdar. Here's Earhart, LeBlanc set. First pitch way upstairs. Final game here in the regular season. And the final meeting, Hyannis looking to tie this series at 3. 1-0 pitch, called strike at the knees. Bourne's won all their meetings here at Dorn Park so far. Have taken one at Hyannis. The other 2 in the hands of the Harbor Hawks. 1-1 pitch, Earhart a drive, shallow center field. Coming in is Harrelson, camps under it, makes the catch for out number 1. First time that Earhart will go down tonight, walked twice before that AB. And now Nick Mitchell, the center fielder and the All-Star out of Western Illinois, will step in. LeBlanc, a few tough appearances of late for him. But comes in here replacing Rob Adams, who had a good start and has looked good so far. First pitch, got on and missed from Mitchell. In that first inning of work for LeBlanc, had the bases loaded, was able to work out of it. Had a strikeout as well. 0-1 comes in, it's outside to Mitchell. LeBlanc stands at 6'6", 220 pounds. 1-1. Fastball just misses outside, 2-1. His best appearance this summer was against Wareham, 2 1/3, no runs, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. 2-1 comes in, clipped back from Mitchell. That outing back on the 24th. His 6th appearance here. Strikeout to walk numbers, though, have been good for LeBlanc. Just got hit around a few times. Looking to put the first 2 batters down here in the top of the 5th. Ground ball from Mitchell, first base side. Michelle picks it up. He'll take it himself to the bag for that out number 2. LeBlanc looking for his first 1-2-3.
Third baseman from Florida State University.
He'll face
Number
Cameron
13,
Smith.
Cameron
The
Smith.
big hitting righty. He's 0 for 2 so far. Another all-star in this Hyannis lineup. Bender's coming out here to talk to LeBlanc. Lander's coming out as well. Williams, the home plate umpire, following Bender. LeBlanc also just nursing that back, it looks like, a little bit. Saw Brady Afton before, was getting loose in the bullpen in left field. Landers gives a look over there. No point yet. Aaron, the athletic trainer, also coming out towards the mound to talk to LeBlanc. Few smiles from Landers. Looks like LeBlanc's going to be okay. So the righty's going to stay in the game. May be some practice pitches actually here that Landers will take a look at. That was the first one. Gives a thumbs up. He's okay. Maybe gets a head start on his fastball here against Smith. Only 1 hit for Hyannis. Smith's been their guy, though, batting .356, 6 home runs, and 26 RBIs. Had a home run the last time these two teams faced off. First pitch, cut on and missed. LeBlanc to the off speed. Normal depth for the Bourne defense. 2 outs in the top of the 5th inning. 0-1 pitch, heater inside. Smith a ground out in that 3rd inning. Hyannis has had base runners in every inning. They've been longer innings. An unconventional 1-2-3 in the first. 1-1, wave and a miss. Smith out in front, back-to-back. Breaking balls, 4 strikes from LeBlanc. Makes it 1-2. The Bourne pitching staff looking to keep shutting down Hyannis. LeBlanc, 1-2 offering, swing and a miss. Smith goes down for the 2nd time via the strikeout here tonight. LeBlanc, his 2nd punch out of the bullpen, keeps it where it is. Bourne in front 4-0 over Hyannis. Bottom 5 coming up here from Dorn Park. The Bravos looking to extend here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Their last home game and the last one here in 2023 from Dorn Park. Just wrapping up the regular season, the 100th anniversary of Cape League Baseball. Kendall Diggs now in the box. There's Brady Afton warming up. Could come in that next inning for the Braves. First pitch to Diggs is bunted back and foul. Griffin O'Connor back on the bump here. Faced one batter in Vastine. It was an RBI single in the fourth. Was facing Diggs until a pass ball and Girfredo was gunned out at home. 0-1 pitch. Diggs a high fly ball center field. A few steps back here from Mitchell. Settles under it. Makes the catch for a quick out number 1. And back to O'Connor on his season for Assumption College. 66 strikeouts on his year as well.
Coastal Carolina, number 44, Derek Bender.
His best outing was 7 innings and 9 strikeouts in the first week of May. His first pitch to Derek Bender, a late swing from the catcher, 0-1. The 0-1 windup, Bender a swing and a miss once again. That off speed from O'Connor. Bender still in search of his first hit here tonight, 0 for 2, a strikeout and a flyout in the third. 0-2 pitch, Bender gets jammed here, first base side, right at Zachary York, a pop-up, can of corn, out number 2.
Now we're seeing both these pitching staffs kind of settle in. LeBlanc with a nice 1-2-3 in the top of the 5th.
Now batting. the
2
third
quick
baseman
outs
from
here
the
for
University of
O'Connor now.
Alabama, Number 9, Bryce Eblin.
Nice play from Zachary York. 2 outs, and here's Bryce Eblin. Looking to extend that hitting streak still to 15 games. Top 5 at the moment all time for Bravo's hitters. First pitch, this one comes inside, 1-0. Reached on an E4 in the third inning on that chopper ground ball to Hainline that was battling the sun, but the lights come on, that sun shading away. Here's the 1-0, fastball outside. 20 RBIs for Eblin. 7 stolen bases as well, that OPS at 815. 2-0 pitch, Eblin a drive to right field towards the corner. This one gonna hook foul. Just out in front there on the fastball. 300 down the line in right. That fence comes in with the foul pole and then deep ins and straight away right at 360. O'Connor sets once again. 2-1 to Eblin. This one shot foul. And O'Connor works it back 2-2. And also for Eblin, the defensive side has played everywhere on the infield outside of first base. Third base here in this one. In a 2-2 hole. O'Connor's pitch, Eblin once again. A drive foul first base side. Out in front and staying alive. 5 hits for Bourne, 1 for Hyannis on the 4-0 lead. Last game here at Dorn Park. That was an 11-4 win for the Braves. 2-2 pitch. This one outside, Eblin not biting. Works it full. Josh Kroder-Grauer waits on deck. O'Connor set already. Here's the payoff pitch to Eblin. Eblin a drive, right center field. This one deep towards the alley, and this one is down for a base hit. 15 games for Eblin. Takes a turn at first. He'll stroll in and park into second base. Bryce Eblin. That bat's still cooking. And a 2-out base runner for the Bravos.
And that hit trick, we've seen a lot of singles from Bryce Eblin, and there's nothing wrong with it when it gets you on base, but hadn't seen a whole lot of extra base hits. Now we see when he really barrels one up. We've started to see him barrel some up a lot more. He's been close to some home runs. Hit one out in BP at Katuitt, and he's like, yes, finally got one out. And now he's starting to drive them deeper. Gives him a lot more chances to show off that speed he's got.
First pitch to JKG is a called strike. Just the third double for Eblin. Was out in front a few times, but finally waiting back on that pitch and driving it towards the fence in right center. O'Connor's 0-1. This one outside. Kroder-Grauer almost biting, just holding back. But 15 games for Eblin. The all-time leader for Bourne has 16 consecutive hits. 1-1. Fastball outside. And Matt mentioned it was usually for Eblin early on in the game he'll get hits. First pitch fastballs to right field for singles. Comes in the bottom of the fifth here. It's a double. 2-1 to JKG. Ground ball up the middle. Rolls into center field for a base hit. Eblin gets the wave around third base. Mitchell the throw home. This one is not in time. Kuroda Grauer, his first hit here tonight, his 7th RBI. Bourne staying hot on the offensive side. It's 5-0.
Now batting, the first baseman from Virginia Tech, number 19.
Nice little bit of 2-out batting for Bourne. Eblin the double, and now JKG. We've seen him struggle lately, but starting to get his bat going once again. Singled at Polar Park, another single here. Now he picks up an RBI too.
First pitch to Michelle is low and inside. It's been those timely hits for Kuroda Grauer, and he's worked up the middle very well. That was the hit at Polar Park to center field. Back to center field there. Michelle's 1 for 2. Here's the 1-0 pitch. It's outside. Michelle struck out back in the 4th as well. But 7 hits now for the Braves offense on 5 runs. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch, Michelle, ground ball, second base side, picked up from Hainline. He'll fire to first, York with the grab, and it's in time to end the inning. But Bourne gets another run, 3 innings straight. They put runs on the board. 5-0 Bravos after 5 here from Dorn Park. Top 6 coming up. Stick with us on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
License plate 175X6B.
Top 6 from Dorn Park. Braves now in front 5-0. 3 consecutive innings with runs on the board. And there's Mason Manriquez, the righty out of University of South Florida. His first appearance here with Bourne. Only had 1 appearance this past spring. Just 2/3 of an inning pitched, 3 earned runs. He'll replace Max LeBlanc and some substitutions for Bourne on the defensive side. Cam Foster now at third, New Contreras at second, and Evan Sullivan, welcome back. He'll do the catching. Here's the first pitch to the 4-hitter Zachary York, a called strike. Sullivan played 5 games for Bourne during the month of June. Then was released, played in the NECBL, now back with the Braves. Manriquez the 0-1. York a chopper at Krodegrauer at shortstop. Krodegrauer leaps or throw across the diamond. The stretch from Michelle. It's in time. Nice patience from JKG at shortstop. There's one away.
Yeah, those high choppers are always tough plays, and you got to make a decision as an infielder. And Krodegrauer, he opts to wait on it, picks it up, makes a nice strong throw, a good stretch from Michelle as well, keeping his back foot on the bag.
Here's John Gazdar with one away. First pitch, a wave and a miss off the glove of Sullivan. Gazdar 1 for 2. That only hit here tonight so far for the Harbor Hawks. He was stranded at second base. Zachary York walk in that 4th inning. That was the best chance. Bases loaded for Hyannis. The 0-1 pitch, this one, a dribbler up the middle. Krodegrauer shades over, leaps, just a spike throw to first base. That's not going to be in time. Gazdar beats this one out. The second hit now for Hyannis. Both in the hands of Gazdar.
Tough play for Krodegrauer, another high bouncer. He picks it up, and it's going to be a tough play. As he said, he spiked his throw just a little bit and just came in a step late to Gazdar. Nice scoop by Michelle, though, to make sure it didn't get by him. And more run, another free base for Gazdar.
Middle infield pinches up for the double play. Brings in Trey Lipsy. Here's the first pitch. Fastball just low. Lipsy's 0 for 2. Walked back in the second, a strikeout in the 4th inning. Bullpen night here in the final game of the regular season for Bourne, their 3rd pitcher so far. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Manriquez. Lipsy, a pop fly, third base side, sails out of play. There's all the fans, few of them bundled up with some blankets, cooling off here from Dorn Park. Cam Foster, one of the substitutions for Bourne, replacing Bryce Eblin. But Eblin gets that hit streak, so he's done his job here in the last game of the regular season. 1-1 pitch to Lipsy. Fastball just below the knees once again. But for Gazdar, the only bright spot for the Harbor Hawks offense so far, his 19th game, we mentioned it, batting .353. He's off first base with a 2-step lead. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Lipsy. A cut on and missed, out in front on the off-speed pitch. Manriquez looking for out number 2 and his first strikeout here with the Bravos. Shakes off the first sign from Sullivan. Shakes off his second, now agrees with the third. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Got him on the outside corner. Right on cue for Manriquez. His first punch out here in a Bourne uniform, and there's 2 away.
Yeah, nice pitch there. Sometimes when you see, you know, a pitcher shake off his catcher a couple of times, you know, maybe time's called, but Manriquez got what he liked. It was that off speed in it. Froze Lipsy.
Throw over to first. Gazdar back standing. Lipsy goes down looking. Second time he goes down on strikes tonight. Brings in Brody Done. Here's the first pitch to the catcher. This one fouled back. Done 0 for 1. Walked in the 4th inning, a part of that bases loaded jam. But a really nice job so far for Rob Adams and Max LeBlanc. Adams, his first appearance. LeBlanc, his best appearance so far this summer, coming here tonight. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Done. He went the full way around. Second-guessed himself the whole entire way. Now in an 0-2 hole.
Yeah, elevated fastball. Just hesitation can kill you as a hitter.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Manriquez looking to get out of the inning with only 1 base runner. Here's the pitch, a dribbler foul. Done batting .233. 19 RBIs, has 11 doubles. Stands in back in. Manriquez sets once again, two-step lead for Gazdar. The 0-2 pitch, cut on and missed. Manriquez, back-to-back strikeouts to end the top of the 6th inning. One hit and no runs for the Harbor Hawks. Everything working here tonight for the Braves. A 5-0 lead, bottom 6 coming up. Your scoreboard through 5.5 so far here from Dorn Park. Bottom 6, a 5-0 lead for Bourne. Their defense, 2 hits allowed for that pitching staff, 7 on the offensive side. And 5 runs have came in. Sam Peterson, who steps in, he has scored 1 of them. 1 for 1 tonight, walked back in the 2nd inning. 7, 8, 9 in the Braves order. Griffin O'Connor back in the bump. First pitch, Peterson a pop-up. High in the infield foul territory. York sprinting in. He'll make the catch right in front of the Hyannis dugout for a quick out number 1. If you're just joining us alongside Matt Scalzo, I'm Cam Manna. Ali Navarrete on the field. Bourne looking to win 3 games in a row. The first time they've been on a win streak since July 9th. Here's Gage Harrelson. First pitch is low. Both teams with the day off tomorrow. That new season starts Friday. First round of the Cape League playoffs. 1-0 pitch. Harrelson clips it back. Hyannis and Falmouth, Bourne and Katuitt. And Bourne and Hyannis were opposite each other in the first round last year, faced off in the semis. Harrelson the 1-1 pitch, a drive to left center field, but Mitchell shading over towards the gap makes the catch for out number 2. Two quick outs, Pete Giuffreda, now the hitter. Tonight for Harrelson, 0 for 3. First time he puts the bat on the ball. Good swing there, gets a fist bump from Landers. First pitch from Giuffreda is outside, 1-0. 2 walks so far for Pete. Actually hit by a pitch in the 3rd. 1-0, Giuffreda, a liner, right field, it's a base hit. His first real AB here tonight. He's now 1 for 1. And Giuffreda looking to get himself going, a smile on his face, a 2-out single.
Yeah, it's nice to see for Pete. And good for him to get another base hit. We saw him get one not too long ago to break that long drought for him. And he's reached base all 3 times tonight. So it's good to see for someone who's such a vocal leader. Every day he comes into work. Finally getting rewarded after a long, long drought.
Here's New Contreras. First pitch, a high drive from Contreras to left field. Going back here towards the wall is Peterson. This one bounces over his head, bounces against the wall. Trufretta rounding third base. He's going to jog in and score. New Contreras, the first pitch that he sees. Pinch hitting for Jonathan Vastine. An RBI double. And Bourne in front, 6-0.
You didn't even get a chance to mention how well Contreras has been swinging in that one. He teed it up and barreled it up.
Number 8, Kendall Diggs.
If it wasn't so deep out to left center, that's probably gone at any other ballpark on the Cape. Contreras just mashed it.
Brings up Kendall Diggs. First pitch, this one's low. And Contreras has been seeing the ball so well for Bourne. Another guy that has stepped up here late in the season. The RBI numbers now creeping up for him as well. Got the night off, but came in with a pinch hitting spot. 1-0. O'Connor's pitches outside, makes it 2-0. Came into this game for Contreras batting .261. That's his 9th RBI. Here's the 2-0 pitch. This one's low. Blocked in front of Done. And Contreras had a stretch from the 24th of July going all the way to the 29th. 3 multi-RBI games and then 1 against Chatham on that 29th. O'Connor's 3 out, this one in the zone, looking to work back against Diggs. Diggs 0 for 3, but 2 RBI groundouts got Bourne going early. Here's the 3-1 pitch, outside ball 4. Off the glove of Done as well, but Contreras staying put at second base. Diggs to first. And here's Evan Sullivan. His first at-bat since the first week of June, coming back to the Braves.
Number 26, Evan Sullivan.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Evan. He played.
First pitch to Sullivan, popped up foul, first base side.
Played in a handful of games, then went to the NECBL and did all right. My friend just told me who works in the NECBL, when they played against Sullivan, he went 2 for 2 with 2 hard hit singles on Monday night.
Was 1 for 8 here for Bourne. 0-1 pitch, Sullivan, a ground ball off the mound, chains right over to the shortstop in Gazdar, flip to second to Hainline to end the inning. But Bourne 4 straight half innings with runs. It's an RBI double for New Contreras. The Bravos in full command, in front 6-0 over Hyannis. Top 7 coming up. All hand play-by-play off to Matt Scalzo. He'll take you home on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people. Proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com. And go Braves. Matt Scalzo alongside Camman. Into the 7th, final game of the regular season between Bourne and Hyannis. Sun setting. Nice pretty night sky beginning to form as the lights have come on. Mason Manriquez back on the mound. He'll face 8, 9, and 1 in the Hyannis order. First pitch swing for Will Taylor. He slices it into the right center field gap. It'll split between Chufreda and Harrelson. Turning around first on his way to second. The relay throw will be late. It's a leadoff double for Will Taylor.
Great swing from Taylor. First pitch he's seen from Manriquez. Goes right center. But Chufreda there, underrated play, cutting off that ball, sprinting over with Harrelson. Could have maybe been a triple if that rolls to the wall with that speed of Taylor. Only holds him to a double.
There'll be a pinch hitter here for Hyannis. It'll be Eric Snow coming in for Elijah Hainline. Snow, the righty out of South Florida, facing his college teammate in Mason Manriquez. Ready on righty. First pitch. Breaking ball outside, 1-0.
And for that to work out in Manriquez's first appearance, and Snow not starting, he pinch hits, and teammates facing off just like that.
Taylor off second. Here's the 1-0. This is outside once again, 2-0. We saw Bourne go to that platoon of substitutions with their top three hitters in Bender, Vastine, and Eblin. Now you got Sullivan, Contrades, and Foster in. We'll see if Hyannis follows suit as you move into the final 3 innings. 2-0. Bounces in, blocked by Sullivan. Snow batting .263 this summer. This will be his 34th game played as a home run and 18 RBIs. 3-0. Fastball right down the chute. Bat didn't even leave the shoulder of Snow. It's 3-1. Manriquez checks over at Taylor at second. The 3-1 home. Bounce to third base side. Backhanded by Foster. It's in fair ground. Long throw across the diamond. It's in time for 1. Back across from Michelle. Taylor advances over to third.
What a play, though, there from Foster. Taking a weird hop right towards the line. Foster's body went into foul territory. Set his feet. Composed himself in a laser across the diamond. The big fella at third base also has that agility.
He's got a cannon of an arm, rangy player. Saw him testing out first base a little bit. New Contrades eventually became that quote-unquote backup first baseman to Michelle. He's also got that versatility around the infield now at second. First pitch strike, a fastball at the top of the zone to Zach Earhart. And it's 0-1. Earhart is 0 for 1. A couple of walks and then flew out to center his last time up in the 5th. 0-1. Holds back on the slider. It's 1-1. The 1-1. Down the dirt, 2-1. Prior to going to USF, Manriquez was at Duke in 2021, made 2 appearances with a 4.50 ERA. 2-1, high drive, left center field. Peterson moving over into the gap. As is Harrelson, Peterson will call him off, and he makes the catch, tagging his Taylor. Here comes the throw from Peterson. It is not in time. Just ahead of the tag is Taylor. And the first run comes across for Hyannis in the top of the 7th, sac fly for Zach Earhart.
Nice piece of hitting there from Earhart. High fly ball just deep enough for Peterson, where still a very close call, but good speed and a good jump for Taylor off third base, and just enough to get Hyannis on the board.
And now Scott Landers will come out of the dugout onto the mound here with Manriquez. This will be he's into his second inning of work. He's gone 1 2/3 so far, and he'll take the ball from the right-hander. Fist bumps all around for his first appearance. And it'll be Anthony Figueroa coming out of the bullpen and onto the mound here with two-way in the top of the seventh. We'll step aside, get you everything you need to know about the new left-hander in for Bourne. Back at Dorn Park, this call to the bullpen is brought to you by Cape Cod Healthcare, who's proud to be the official healthcare sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. When you need to be seen quickly for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care offers a convenient and cost-effective treatment option with 6 locations across Cape Cod, from Falmouth to Orleans, open daily with no appointment needed, and staffed by our board-certified ER providers. View wait times at capecodhealthcare.org. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention. Anthony Figueroa onto the mound, and he deals a first pitch strike to Nick Mitchell. For Figueroa, this will be his 3rd appearance this summer. Pitched at Polar Park on Monday, went 1 inning, gave up 3 earned runs on 2 hits. 0-1. Fastball is just low, 1-1. Struck out a pair and walked 3. Mitchell right now 0 for 3 on the night. Slight pause. The 1-1 fastball comes in. This is low once again, 2-1. Figueroa, he's just 5'9", but that fastball coming in at 92. 2-1. Fastball a touch outside, 3-1.
That's very impressive for him. That next one at 91 miles per hour. He's just looking to stay in the strike zone a lot more. That's been his issue.
3-1. Ground ball, second base side. Contrades picks it up, underhand toss to first. It's high. Michelle goes up and gets it, keeps his foot on the bag, and that will end the inning. Figueroa comes in, gets that final out of Mitchell, and we'll head into the bottom of the 7th. 6-1, Bourne with the lead over Hyannis. at Dorn Park. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Convention Data Services, or CDS, a technology company based in Bourne and proud supporter of Cape Cod baseball. Since 1986, CDS has been delivering customized solutions to the global trade show industry. Keep up with CDS on their website at cdsreg.com and follow them on Facebook and LinkedIn. Into the bottom of the 7th, Bourne with a comfortable 6-1 lead over Hyannis in the final game of the 100th season of Cape League Baseball. Look at the dugout there as some pinch hitters or defensive subs are about to get their first hacks at the plate. Cam Foster, he came in for the hot-hitting Bryce Evelyn, and he'll get his first at-bat here in the 7th. And he comes up empty on the first pitch from Griffin O'Connor. It's 0-1. For Foster this season, tall third baseman out of Liberty, holds a .241 average. No home runs so far. The 0-1 slider outside 1-1, has 11 RBIs. Made a nice defensive play in the top half of this inning. 1-1 fastball down and away in the dirt, 2-1. There is Bryce Evelyn giving a fist bump to New Contrades. Jonathan Vastine also subbed out with them. They're looking at a baseball there. 2-1. Swing and a miss from Foster. It's 2-2. Vastine, a long look at that baseball. Might be something on it. Can't be too sure. The 2-1. Foster pokes it out of play down the first base side. We'll go again. Josh Kuroda-Grauer on deck, and then Garrett Michelle to follow after. 2-2. Foster drives it the other way. It's dropping quickly and charging in is Earhart, and he gets underneath it for the first out here in the bottom of the 7th. Brings up Josh Kuroda-Grauer. He's reached base his last 2 times. He reached in the third on a fielder's choice.
Number 13, Joshua Kuroda-Grauer.
That was a fielder's choice that ended the inning. And then singled back in the 5th, picked up an RBI as well. Drove in Bryce Evelyn. First pitch is outside 1-0. Fastball painted on the outer edge, 1-1. 1-1 popped up out of play, and it's 1-2. The 1-2. Kuroda-Grauer grounds it towards third base. Smith picks it up, fires across the diamond, and it's in time for the second out.
Now batting, the first baseman from Virginia Tech, number 19, Garrett Michelle.
Now we'll bring up Garrett Michelle. 2 quick outs for Griffin O'Connor here in the bottom of the 7th. His offense put one on the board in the top of the 7th. Michelle swings and drives the first pitch deep down the right field line, and it will one-hop into the wall. Bounces away from Earhart. Michelle turning around first on his way to second, and he's in there with a double. Second hit of the night for Garrett Michelle, singled back in the 2nd. Now he doubles here in the bottom of the 7th. He looked up to the sky. He was maybe thinking about 3. Would have been his second triple of the week.
Sam Peterson.
Yeah, and Topolesky over at third base. They both had that little stare towards each other. Michelle thinking he could have gone to third, and Top just with that little head shake saying no way, and it looked like he would have been gunned down if he went.
First pitch to Sam Peterson is inside 1-0.
But big, though, for Michelle to be heating up right now, and him in the lineup. You know, we talked about Bourne trying out new first basemen with Contrades. Now you can play Michelle even more now with that trust with the bat.
1-0, Peterson pops it out of play, 1-1.
And his power staying on display here for the Braves. 6 hits now in his last 3 games as a starter.
1-1, Peterson jammed inside, just floats it out towards the second baseman and Snow. He'll scoop it up with the underhand catch for the third and final out. Michelle stranded at second. We head to the 8th. Bourne with a 6-1 lead over Hyannis. into the 8th inning here at Doran Park. A 6-1 lead for Bourne over Hyannis. Cam Smith digs in. First pitch from Anthony Figueroa. Low one outside, 1-0. Hyannis got their first run in the top half of the 7th inning. 1-0. Smith, a hard hit ground ball straight to Contradas at second. He gobbles it up, fires to first. It's high. Michelle off the bag. He tries to tag Smith on the back, and first base umpire Jacob Ashworth said he did not apply the tag. And so Smith will reach base safely. That will be an error against Contradas.
Yeah, tough high throw right there. Bourne asking for the base ump to talk to Williams behind home plate. Landers slowly stepping out of here and trying to see if they can have a little bit of an appeal, but very tough there to see if Michelle, the foot came back on the bag with Smith coming towards the line.
And a quick conversation between Ashworth and Landers. They seem to be in agreement, and Scott will go back near the dugout as Smith takes his 2-step lead over at first, held on to by Michelle. Pinch hitter for Zach York. First pitch high and outside, 1-0. Says number 11 on the back, which would be Carter Lovas, but not sure if it is Carter, as he's a pitcher. 1-0 outs, catches the outside corner, 1-1.
Could be Bennett Thompson, who just got here as the Oregon catcher.
1-1, he cuts and misses 1-2.
And that's just from me trying to match the faces.
1-2. Fastball from Figueroa, down and inside, 2-2. All right, text to Jacob Irons, the Hyannis intern. He says it's Brandon Ike out of VCU. 263 hitter, 2-2. Ground ball up the middle, Contradas. It'll be out of his reach and roll into center field. Ike comes in, picks up a hit, puts runners on first and second with nobody out here in the 8th inning.
We got his name, he got the single. Nice slapper up the middle there for Ike. 11th hit on his summer, looking to get himself going a little bit more, but just his 10th game overall. So a newcomer here for the Harbor Hawks.
From Austin Peay State University, number 14, Jonathan Gazdar.
And here comes John Gazdar, or Jonathan as his full name, but scorecard had him written as John. Comes in with runners on first and second, nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. First pitch is outside. 1-0. Hyannis picked a run up in the 7th on a sac fly from Zach Earhart, brought in Will Taylor. Ike leads off first and Smith off second. Gazdar comes in 2 for 3. Comes up empty on a big swing and a miss on the fastball. It's 1-1. Couple of singles his last 2 times up. The 1-1 delivery, hard hit, line drive. Grauer flips to second for 1. Contradas fires on to first. It's in time. Huge 6-4-3 double play. Nice twin killing here in the top of the 8th. Smith advances over to third.
A nice job there for Contradas to bounce back a little bit. Had that throw to first base. Had to be quick on the exchange and got him at the bag.
Number 2, Trey Lipsy.
A lot of middle infielders for Bourne, just so smooth. Quick hands, Smooth transitions. Nice job there from JKG and Contratus.
We've seen Contratus a lot at third and now first base. First pitch to Lipsy slips out of the hands of Figueroa on the breaking ball. And Lipsy will go down to first on the hit by pitch. As I was saying on Contratus, we saw him at third when he initially came up. Now we see him at first. I don't know if we've seen him at second yet this season.
First time I think we've seen him at that position.
Now batting for
But
the University of Oregon, number 26,
his ability with those
Thompson.
quick hands, just a shorter throw, just more ground to gain than being at the corners.
Here's another pinch hitter, and this time it's Bennett Thompson, the catcher out of Oregon. First pitch is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Thompson, his 8th game played, comes in with a 200 average, 4 for 20 on the season. We'll have to ask Mojo Hill, our beat writer, if he knows him. Mojo just graduated from the University of Oregon. 0-1. This is lined, and it'll drop into center field for a base hit. Accompanying the score is Smith. Hyannis cuts the deficit down to 4. It's now 6-2 as Thompson picks up his 5th RBI of the season.
And I think Thompson, too, I think Mojo and Allen were talking about it. They said Oregon catcher, and just off my memory, I think Thompson also played for the team that Allen Navarrete worked for last summer.
The left fielder from Clemson University, number 17.
The Bethesda
Will
Big Train.
Taylor.
Yep. Very, very dominant team in their league.
Here's Will Taylor. He doubled his last time up in the 7th. Runners going. This one gets away from Sullivan. Lipsy turns around third. He'll hold there. Advancing over to second goes Thompson. Now both runners in scoring position with 2 away. In the top of the 8th, we've seen Hyannis have that flair for the dramatic and comebacks against Bourne. Saw them put up 6 in an inning on the 10th of July. Ended up being a 6-4 win for Hyannis as the game was cut short due to fog. 1-0. Outside, pops out of the glove of Sullivan. Here comes Lipsy, and it's now 6-3.
Yeah, Bourne right now, those 3 errors, a little bit sloppy to begin this inning, and now just a few pitches that Sullivan and Figueroa both went back, especially Sullivan just to squeeze it there. 2 outs now, looking to keep it here at a 3-run game, but the Harbor Hawks not out of it, and we've talked about their late game magic.
2-0 to Taylor. Down and in, 3-0. The 3-0. Ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Will Taylor. Puts runners on the corners with 2 outs. And here comes Scott Landers out of the dugout. And some movement in the bullpen. Looks like that might be the night for Anthony Figueroa. And it will be. So a new pitcher coming out for the Braves. We'll get you everything you need to know as we step aside here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
South Florida, number 3, Eric Snow.
Jack Sullivan comes in for Bourne here in the top of the 8th inning. Runners on the corners, 2 away. He replaces Anthony Figueroa, who goes an inning. He's responsible for both runners on the base paths. Sullivan has to get through Eric Snow. First pitch, and it's a strike on the outer half, 0-1. Sullivan this season, he's making his 8th appearance. 0-2 record, 8.48 ERA. He's done better as of late. 2 scoreless innings against Katuitt. 0-1, hard hit, line drive, straight to Cam Foster at third. He makes the snag, and that will end the inning.
Yeah.
Hyannis puts up a pair. They cut the lead down to 3 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. But first, down to the field, Allie Navarrete. She's joined by another special guest.
Thank you, guys. I'm joined alongside our social media manager here at Bourne, Joey Kurtz. And Joey, can the people expect anything exciting on social media before playoffs this weekend?
Oh yeah, we have some good content scheduled for tomorrow. We're gonna try to get some graphics out. We're gonna try to get some videos out. It should be good.
Meanwhile, you've been here for 2 years now. If you had to pick one pitcher from the past 2 years and 3 hitters to lead off a game for Bourne in the championship, who would you pick?
Okay, that's a great question. Pitching wise, I'm gonna go with Matt Duffy. I'm sort of on the fence there, but now that he's in the Red Sox organization, I got to go with him. Now, hitting wise, it's a little tough. Leadoff hitter, give me playoff Bryce Eblin. I mean, regular season Bryce Eblin this year's amazing, but give me playoff Bryce Eblin leading it off. Give me Matt Schott, the 2 spot, and at the 3 spot, give me Derek Bender.
Okay, good choices, good choices. And how excited are you that we're going to be hosting some more playoff baseball here at Dorn Park?
I'm glad we have at least one more game, but I think we're going to get more than that.
All right, we'll see. Back to you guys in the booth. Thank you, Joey.
Thank you for having me.
Little look up here in the booth. Cam and I, we're deciding we're going to ask each other some questions here because Allie's been interviewing everyone on the field. We feel a little left out that she hasn't interviewed us either. So, Cam, I'm going to let you start off with the questions.
Yeah, so, Matt, big question for you, and we were talking about it in the press box. What is your favorite season and why?
Favorite season? I'm going to go with the fall. It's probably a very popular answer. Everyone talks about colors. For me, it's football. I'm a big football guy. I go to Penn State. Penn State football is huge, so I'm going to go with fall.
I agree with fall. That's just like a nice pumpkin candle and that little nice sweatshirt weather.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go with, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
See, this is where, I kind of get killed. Not a huge ice cream fan.
That's okay.
If I had to say, I'm a big cookie dough guy, but anything that involves cinnamon or caramel as well. There's a lot of times where I'll just go straight vanilla soft served.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, which there's times where people respect that like you, and then some people think I'm psychotic.
I don't think you're psychotic.
Yeah.
I'm a big cookie dough guy myself. I also agree with the caramel take. I think it's an underrated part of ice cream. But yeah, there's Cam and I with our quick little rapid fire questions here in the booth. But we're gonna get back to the game now as we head into the bottom of the 8th. New pitcher on the mound for Hyannis. It is Evan Whitaker. First pitch fastball is outside to Gage Harrelson. Whitaker, third appearance rather. He comes in with an 0-1 record as his 1-0 is outside, 2-0. Appeared against Falmouth on the 31st. Took the loss, gave up 1 run. It was unearned. 2-0 fastball outside, 3-0. And exactly what we're seeing here was his issue. He issued 3 walks against the 3 batters he faced in a walk-off win for Falmouth. The 3-0 burns the outside edge, 3-1. And it was a walk-off walk for Luke Heyman for Falmouth in that 6-5 win over Hyannis, 3-1. Another fastball. It's a strike on the outer half once again, and he's battled back to run the count full. Plays his college ball at Indiana University. Payoff pitch. Down and inside on the breaking ball. And Harrelson moves out of the way. He works the leadoff walk to begin the bottom of the 8th. Bourne looking for a little insurance here heading into the ninth. Hyannis has put up 3 unanswered runs, 1 in the 7th and a pair on the top of the 8th.
Yeah, some insurance here would be nice for Bourne. 3 runs is doable for a Hyannis team that has shown that they'll crawl back into some baseball games. So Bourne just looking to help themselves out here before the 9th.
Pete Ciuffreda comes in. He's reached base every time tonight. First pitch fastball is down low, 1-0. The hit by pitch came around to score in the 3rd. Walked in the 4th. Was caught at home after a pass ball got past Done, but Ciuffreda was just a tad late home. 1-0, pops it straight back out of play. It's 1-1. And then singled and scored in the 6th. Came in on the RBI double from New Contrades, who stands on deck. That went all the way to the left center field wall, and Ciuffreda went from first to home. 1-1. Ciuffreda, high fly ball. This will tail out of play just over top the concession stand on the third base side. It's 1-2. Harrelson takes his lead at first. He's held on to by Alex Lane. 1-2 breaking ball. Hangs upstairs 2-2. Snows over at second. The rest of the defense remains unchanged other than Bennett Thompson, who replaced Done as a pinch hitter. Throw to first. Harrelson back safe. Two. Ciuffreda fights it off once again.
Few pitches on the outer half from Ciuffreda. He's battling right now. Always has a good attitude in the box, just shaking his head up and down. Confident hitter who's coming off a single in his last AB.
2-2. Harrelson's going, and Ciuffreda fouls it straight back, straight towards us here. No netting there. That's probably going straight into my forehead.
Yeah, that was one of the closest ones we've seen, obviously, with the net in front of us, but just direct headshot right back at us.
Another 2-2. And Ciuffreda once again spoils on the fastball from Whitaker. Here goes Harrelson. This is down and inside. Trouble on the exchange for Thompson. Harrelson dives in safely to second, his 11th stolen base of the season.
Nice there with Harrelson. 3-1 count. Not always the best time you want to steal, but he got a really good jump and sets Ciuffreda with an RBI.
Payoff pitch. And Ciuffreda, another foul ball. This time towards the Hyannis dugout. Nice barehand play by Zach York. Right behind the screen. There he is. Not his best night hitting-wise, but always a dangerous person in the batter's box. Had that walk-off against Bourne in their last meeting. 3-2, Ciuffreda floats it out towards left center field. That'll find some free real estate. Turning on the Jets around third is Harrelson. This one gets away from an outfielder for Hyannis, and Ciuffreda will dig into second base. Nice RBI double for Pete Ciuffreda. He's reached base every time tonight, and he tacks on another run for Bourne. It's 7-3.
You're about to head into the playoffs right now, and you're talking about players in this team that have been a little bit slow of late. Bourne looking to win 3 in a row and get hot on that side of things, but Garrett Michelle and Pete Ciuffreda, 2 guys that are looking to heat up right now to just round out this Bourne lineup, both with 2 hits here tonight.
New Contrades now comes in. First pitch is a fastball that nearly hits him. He shimmies out of the way. It's 1-0. Ciuffreda might be a front runner right now for player of the game. Contrades ground ball, third base side. It's out of reach for Ike over at third. Ciuffreda will advance another 90 feet. It's another base hit for New Contrades. He's 2 for 2 since coming into the game.
Yeah, Contrades off the pine cold in the 6th. First pitch he saw was a double. brought in a run as well.
The designated hitter from the University of Arkansas.
And then now just a hard hit ball to left field. Sets up Bourne here to just extend on the 7-3 lead.
Brings up Kendall Diggs. He's got a couple RBIs tonight. No hits. Those were both 4-3 groundouts. First pitch is inside. Moves his shoulder out of the way. It's 1-0. Reached on a walk in the 6th. Was out on a fielder's choice that ended the inning. Runners on the corners, nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. 1-0 is skied high in the air, and a little tail out of play. Third base side. 1-1. Contrades leads off first, held on to by Lane. Throw over, and Contrades ahead first dive. He's safe. Evan Sullivan waits on deck for Bourne. There's Contrades with his 2-step lead, the 1-1 home. Fastball's outside 2-1. Two. Diggs right off of the stanchion by the netting. Caused a little chaos down the third base side. Another 2-2. Diggs with a half swing, and this one rockets to the bricks right by the on-deck circle of Evan Sullivan.
Rolled right back to Whitaker as well. Just crazy ricochet.
Another 2-2. This is high and outside. And Diggs has worked a full count. Full count, runners on the corners. The pitch, and Diggs, a foul ball straight over top of us.
A lot of foul balls. Saw a few from Trufretta. Diggs, long at bat right here. Still no outs.
Payoff pitch, Contrades going. Diggs, a high fly ball. Straightaway center field and shallow. Moving back now towards left center field and going to make the catch is Gazdar. Contrades retreats all the way back to first. He was practically to second base by the time the ball got up in the air. And there's one gone here in the bottom of the 8th.
Catcher from Binghamton University, number 26.
Yeah, Diggs has the 2 RBIs. Hasn't put any big swings on the ball here tonight. Was timely early on, but long at bat just loses the battle.
First pitch to Evan Sullivan. He drives it the other way. Right field. Charging in is Earhart. He'll make the catch. Tagging is Trufretta. Here comes the relay throw home from Earhart. Trufretta slides in safely. Welcome back, Evan Sullivan. A nice sac fly to right field. Bourne answers Hyannis with their own pair of runs. It's 8-3 in the bottom of the 8th.
Nice job from Sullivan. His second good swing. Matt and I talked about it earlier. His first at-bat, a ground out to shortstop. But could have been a base hit up the middle and an RBI, just bounced off the mound. And they're doing his job, hard hit ball to right. 2 good swings, and Matt said it, welcome back.
Sullivan was with the Mystic Schooners in the NECBL. First pitch cut on, miss by Foster. It's 0-1. Through 17 games, he batted .267, had 5 RBIs, and now he comes back here for Bourne. And later in the season, after a brief stint early with the Bravos, picks up an RBI in his first game back. 0-1, fastball, catches the outside half, 0-2 to Foster. Cam's 0 for 1 tonight, flew out to right field his first time up. Contrades still leading off first, held on to by Lane. The 0-2, fastball outside, 1-2. One, two, fouled straight back. One, two, swing and a miss. Foster down on strikes. First strikeout for Whitaker. Ends the bottom of the 8th, but Bourne puts up another pair. It's 8-3. Bravo says we head into the 9th here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network. Back at Doran Park, Bourne 3 outs away from taking the season series from Hyannis and ending the regular season on a hot streak heading into the playoffs. It's the 44th and final game of the regular season, the 100th season of Cape League Baseball, and Jack Sullivan is looking for the final 3 outs here in the top of the 9th. He'll face the top of the order here for Hyannis, Zach Earhart, Nick Mitchell, and then Brandon Ike, who pinch hit for Cam Smith. First pitch fastball is inside, and moving his legs out of the way was Earhart. It's 1-0. 1-0. Earhart slices it the other way, and it's 1-1. Hyannis put up a run in the 7th and then 2 in the 8th. And Bourne answers back with 2 runs of their own in the bottom half of the 8th inning. RBI double from Pete Ciuffreda. 1-1, high fly ball right field. Ciuffreda ranging over towards the corner. He'll make the catch, 1 away in the top of the 9th.
2 more outs here for Bourne. Last home game here in the regular season. And nice job to close out the regular season. They can finish this up. Their best hot streak really towards this month of July. It was just that front half that was good, but Bourne going to finish on a 3-game streak.
First pitch just misses the lead elbow of Nick Mitchell. It's 1-0. We saw Bourne get off to such a hot start to the early portion of July, and it's been 500 since right around the 10th of July. As the 1-0 catches the bottom of the zone, 1-1. And now we've seen the Braves start to find their groove once again. The 1-1. Another breaking ball. This one a hair lower, and it's 2-1. We've heard Scott Landers talk about to his team, basically pleading them, this is the time to get hot. This is final week of the season, and they finally have found a way to crack through. The 2-1 comes straight back to Sullivan, bounces off his leg, and Mitchell will reach aboard.
Nice hard hit ball there from Mitchell just to get a base runner on. This one just trickling past Sullivan, just clipped off his glove. Now looking to bear down here, another pitch hitter. Looks like Alex Lane.
So it's Alex Lane coming in. My apologies. Brandon Ike was the pinch hitter for Zach York. Now Lane is pinch hitting for Cam Smith. First pitch swing for him. He skies it high and deep in the air. Ciuffreda has no idea where it is. Now he finds it, and he makes the catch for the second out. As that ball got above the lights, Ciuffreda put both his hands out as it creeped into what Cam and I and a lot of people call the twilight zone above the lights, but he found it and made the second out.
Saw that smile, too, from Ciuffreda. You wonder as well if he saw it and was trying to just fool the base runner there in Mitchell as well. Could have been either, but the twilight zone obviously has just been a way bigger factor here for Bourne. We saw Josh Crota-Grauer have trouble in left a few games ago.
First pitch to Ike, down the dirt 1-0. If he was fooling Mitchell, he fooled me while he was at it too.
Not sure if Ciuffreda in that spot is going to try to fool anyone, but he's had a big night. He's pretty confident right now.
Reached base every time tonight. A walk, a hit by pitch. Now a couple hits for him as well. 1-0 catches the zone, 1-1 to Ike. He singled his first time up and then was out on a double play. Sullivan looking for 2 more strikes, and Bourne just looking for 1 more out. 1-1. Driven foul down the left field line, and Hyannis down to their last strike. Sullivan looking for 1 more. And the Braves looking to carry a 3-game win streak into the playoffs. They'll face Katuitt in the first round. If they win, they advance to the West Division Finals. They'll take on either Hyannis or Falmouth. The 1-2 from Sullivan. And popping it out of play is Ike will go again. Scott Landers talks about how last season doesn't matter for this team. Bourne took the Cape League crown, 2022 champs. They're looking to run it back. It's been the hashtag all season long. The 1-2, it's outside on the fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. But this team's gone through a lot of ups, a lot of downs, especially early on, and as of late here. But looking to carry a high into the postseason. Sullivan sets from the stretch. 2-2 delivery. Down the dirt will go again. And count runs full this time to Ike.
The claps have been going. And Sullivan looked to do it right here and get that strikeout to his battery mate, Sullivan.
The payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Check, please. Ball game over. Jack Sullivan gets Ike to go down looking. Bourne takes this 8-3, and they end the regular season on a 3-game win streak and take the season series overall against Hyannis. Huge win for the Braves. Huge final week as well, and they'll look to carry this momentum into the second season beginning on Friday at Katuitt.
Big win here for the Braves, and Matt and I have touched on it so much. You want to get hot at the right time. You win 3 in a row entering the playoffs, and Bourne 23 wins here on their summer, 20 losses, 1 tie. But Matt and I will touch on it, and the big thing to note here is none of that matters comes Friday. You're 0-0. It's a new season of baseball. The only thing that 23 wins means you had less than Katuitt, so you play your first game on the road. But outside of that, it's a brand new season of baseball in the Cape.
And some of the things you and I talked about during this broadcast is getting those other players to start turning it on. We saw Bryce Seblin the last 2 weeks. He's been outstanding. Derek Bender's did it the whole time since he's arrived. Vaston as well. But we saw Pete Ciuffreda start to find his groove a little bit tonight, as well as other players. Garrett Michelle's been doing it lately too. How big is that for Bourne to get that entire lineup moving?
We know for this Bourne lineup that heart of the order has done their job. Vastine, Bender, Eblin coming on right now. We're seeing more of Contreras. But you look at Ciuffreda and Michelle, guys that are going to have to step up for the Braves. When you're a team that's hitting 1 through 9 consistently, which Bourne is right now, and you get those 2 guys coming together towards the bottom of your order who are going to play in the playoffs. Michelle 6 hits in his last 3 games, including a home run. Ciuffreda, as Matt mentioned, reaching base 4 times, going back to his early season success, and an extra base hit tonight. That rounds out this Bourne lineup. That shows how hot they've been right now. That 3-game win streak, a lot of it is due to the balance of this lineup, a lot of guys stepping up. That's 2 of them right there, and that's going to show what a good baseball team can do in the playoffs. How consistent, how balanced is this Bourne team heading into Friday?
A lot to keep an eye on as we head into the playoffs, but that'll do it in the regular season as well as for tonight's broadcast. One more guaranteed game here at Dorn Park. That'll be game 2 on Saturday. But we'll say our thank yous tonight here. Special thanks to our producer, Ryan Bridges, along with our camera operators and Jeremy Gay and Hazel Hallis. They make everything go that you see on screen. Mojo Hill, our beat reporter with him before the Bravos, Allie Navarrete. She did a couple interviews tonight as well. She's been on the sideline, done an amazing job this whole season. But alongside Cam Manna, I'm Matt Scalzo saying so long from Dorn Park. We'll see you on Friday for Game 1 against Katuitt.